Nerdrotic.com.
And the crowd cannot wait. Oh, hail Friday Night Tights. I apologize, cause I'm probably late. Oh, hail Friday Night Tights. Radical lights and highly organized. It's Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights. Time has come, they are finally.
Yo! Right. Got uncomfortably quiet there for a moment. Welcome, everybody, to Friday Night Tights. It's not a good idea to chug water right beforehand because I got half a burp kind of stuck right now. Sorry. We made it. We made it past Supergirl week. It's been tons of fun.
I'm sad.
It's totally shocking what's happened to this movie. I mean, who could have seen this coming? This absolute failure that even one of the rags, we'll show it, admits it's going to lose $125 million. And I think that's a low estimate. We'll have to go to Odin for that one because Odin's the expert on the Supergirl math. Is Odin frozen?
I think Odin might be frozen.
Yeah. Oh my
God. Odin looks really serious right now.
Wow. He's just put a Polaroid over his camera.
Odin, blink.
So yes, it's been a great week of Supergirl cope. The goalposts have moved so much I can't even keep track at this point. It's been fantastic. But like, I personally want to thank. I almost said something else.
Yes. I think you did say something.
I might have said something else. I might have said something
on the
else.
money.
I don't know. It's I blame misogyny, and thank you, misogyny. Thank you.
Well, according to Twitter, if you don't like this movie, you support human trafficking.
What a stretch.
Yeah.
What?
I
love
joke out of that without getting kicked off.
Now two citizen vigilante.
If you don't like this movie,
Let's just deal with this one right now. I love that Hollywood has discovered human trafficking as a bad thing when they completely ignored it over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And Sound of Freedom, they completely ignored it. But all of a sudden, because of a certain narrative, they're all for it now, although they are its biggest customers. So I think it's strange, but just got to point that out, that all of a sudden human trafficking is bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Wild how you get to that conclusion,
Crazy.
Yeah. It's trendy now. It's a trendy thing.
It's trendy.
Yeah.
Kind of like turning yourself into a girl. It's kind of trendy,
Yeah.
It is.
And trying to box.
Speaking of that, the Odyssey trailer dropped, and it was destroyed. It was utterly destroyed, and it was kind of working that way up there. And we got to give Asmongold the credit for this. I do, because it was like creeping up there, and then he made his video, and it doubled,
Just like
within an hour. So hail Asmongold. The power of the chuds, But yeah. We got Vera here. We got Epic Mike. Vera is playing the part of Ryan Kinnell.
Yep. How many slurs do we think I'm going to drop during this stream?
Well, you have a minute. Well, you have a minimum.
You almost dropped the first one.
I might have actually dropped the first one, but it's okay because Dean Cain dropped it twice on the show. So
Yes.
Yes, Dean Cain.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Dean.
He's a
And
hero. I
Our
aspire
Superman.
We also have Epic Mike. What's up, Epic
Hey,
Mike?
how's it going? I will try not to drop any slurs.
Oh, you can.
Good.
It's fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I won't. I'll get kicked off.
We survived a guy whipping his little itty bitty dick on the show. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
true.
think we could
Yeah.
survive more.
That's fair. All right.
Just
I won't
make
drop
it
any right
funny.
now. Yeah,
That's not- that's
I'll
good.
make a joke out of it. No, I'm glad to be here. Supergirl was the worst thing in the world that I've ever seen.
Worse than
It made me-
Birds of
it-
Prey, though.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
worse
I
than
would actually
Eternal.
rather look at
Yes.
Birds of Prey because that egg
Ooh.
sandwich was more compelling than anything in that movie.
At least Margot Robbie's in
Fair.
it.
Yeah, at least
And
Margot
also-
Robbie was
Yeah.
in it.
Margot
right?
Robbie was
Yeah.
in it.
she's
Yeah.
attractive.
There's benefits.
Makes it tolerable.
Yeah.
No, is it the worst, like, of the DCEU era and James Gunn's era combined? Right. So, like, we're not counting Catwoman or anything like that. Although I would rather watch Catwoman than this
I would
because
rather watch
Halle
Catwoman.
Berry is
Yeah.
fucking hot.
Halle,
Yes, she
Halle
is.
Berry in latex.
Just that one
Yeah.
shot where she's walking on the edge of the
Hell
building.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Is this the worst DC film in the last 20 years?
I'm only going to
25
say
years.
no because
Film.
I never finished Black Adam. I turned it off.
That was,
I'd rather
that was
no,
not awful.
I'd rather
say this
watch
is
Black
worse than-
Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
Black
worse
Adam.
than Black
I
Adam.
got
for sure.
when that kid grabbed that skateboard out, I turned it off. I was like, I can't do this. I've watched this in the '90s too many times, and I liked it then.
The
Pierce
Flash is
Brosnan-
pretty horrendous.
Flash is
Pierce
the question.
Brosnan as
Yeah,
Dr.
that's pretty
Fate.
horrendous.
That
He
is
was
true.
two
He
Ezra
was-
Millers.
Is fucking awesome.
But I just watch his clips on TikTok now, and I'm like, this is cool. I just pretend this is a
Yes.
good movie that
That's
I
how
watched.
everyone
But yeah,
watches these
two
movies
Ezra
now.
Millers is kind of tough to beat. But
Two Ezra Millers and Michael Keaton getting wasted, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that part was kind of funny, but when Ezra Miller started doing the fake run, I actually was very angry, and I threw something, and I told my kid I dropped it because I was watching it with my son, and I threw the remote, and he was like, I was like, oh man, I dropped the remote, just crazy, what's going on here?
Just
dude?
flew right up my hand for no reason.
So maybe we can gather some of the worst of the worst and put up a poll, X-Ray Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So we're doing all of DC.
We're gonna do in the last 25. There's been 3 reboots. Okay,
It's
so
hard
there's
to tell.
Snyderverse. I guess we won't count Superman Returns. So we'll just say starting with Snyder. So there's Snyderverse. Then there's the Snyderverse without Snyder, which they did, where they tried to Marvelize it. And then there's James Gunn. So out of all of that, we've got what off the top of my head: Flash, Birds of Prey,
Blue
Joker
Beetle.
2.
Joker,
Joker
2.
two.
Wow.
Joker 2.
That one's pretty bad.
That one's
Blue Beetle.
horrendous.
You got
Yeah.
Blue
Blue
Beetle,
Beetle,
Shazam,
Black Adam.
Well, we got to narrow it down so we can.
Shazam.
No, I
Cool.
can do two levels of polls.
I've heard Shazam
Yeah.
2 was really bad. I didn't
It
even watch
is.
it.
It's
It is
bad.
I was told not
It's
to.
bad.
Shazam
Yeah.
1 or
I feel
Shazam
like
2?
there's
Basically,
there's
all you have to do
multiple
is
tiers.
pick all the
There's-
flops because they've
You could do
all,
a woman-centric one with like Wonder Woman 1984,
Yeah, I was
Birds
gonna
of
say-
Prey,
Yeah.
Remember when Wonder Woman? you know,
Supergirl.
There's been so many bad movies. We have to divide it,
You got to. I mean, there's so many.
and they're wondering
there's
like,
bad movies that like destroy DC universe lore and characters, and then there's just badly made films. Like the writing is horrible, the stories, like the characters are bad. It's just like it's hard to categorize.
different kind. So yeah, I think we maybe want to
There's so much
split it
suck.
up.
Yep.
There is.
It'll
Well,
be multiple levels of polls.
they it didn't help that they had what 6 or 7 flops in a row before Superman, which barely made money. And then they had another flop, and now they're wondering, man, I wonder why people don't want to see DC movies. Big mystery. So,
Oh, well, those didn't flop because of quality. They flopped because of COVID. Those were still COVID.
Duh.
What about
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Is
man.
Spider-Man-
No,
Hey,
oh,
2025 was a
We don't-
COVID year.
riddle,
Guys.
don't talk
riddle me
about
this.
Spider.
Riddle me this. How can so many things flop because of COVID, but somehow the strikes never get mentioned? Like
That's
ever,
funny.
ever.
That's real funny.
Well, the strikes are beneficial, Gary. That's why.
Well, they were certainly beneficial. Fewer people got paid more money and more people got let go. So well done. And the union leaders are all employed. So they're good. They got a raise too. Even
Yeah,
though
So fine.
the Writers Guild of America had their own people strike against them, which is the funniest thing. So the union going on strike against the union
That's pretty
is
wild,
the
dude.
funniest thing I've seen this year. So
pretty good.
They agree with you, though. They said the reason we striked is because we felt like our leadership was not arguing in our best interest. It was all wealth extraction. And when you saw what they did, there was a huge black hole for their health insurance, and they just basically took a payoff. They went down on all the stuff that the studios wanted so they could get a bulk amount just to pay off this black hole in their finances. It didn't benefit the people in the union at all, only the coffers of the union. It was ultimate betrayal.
It's true. There's an interview. Thanks to Robert Meyer Burnett for setting this up. He invited me on, and one of the WGA union leaders spoke with me. Now I was on my best behavior because I was on Robert's channel, but I did ask him specifically about AI, and his answer should have pissed off every fucking union member, and it didn't. And it was, we're not necessarily, I'm paraphrasing here, we're not necessarily trying to shut it down. It's about control of the AI. And we want partial control of the AI. Well, that AI is still going to put your people out of work.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you should be fighting it tooth and nail.
That sounds
Tom-
like the
Tom
plot of a
Cruise's-
film.
Tom Cruise's worth isn't his face, it's his talent which is associated with his face. So the moment you get to AI, you can get any person in the street to scan their face into a machine, and that's it. You just give them acting ability. So they're looking at it the entire way around. If they think they have value, the moment AI comes along, it's gone. Everything.
And that's only helping the top % of the people in
yes.
the union. They got all of these smucks going like, oh, we're actors. You've got like barely any credits. You're out here getting used by this union so they can control the AI, and you get nothing. So it's funny when you see them fight each other.
And when you make a movie like Supergirl, that's a great argument for AI.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it was written by AI.
Yeah.
Well, you
Might be
seen
disrespecting the AI.
I've been. I'm still
Have you
convinced
seen-
Black Panther 2 was written by an AI, like 100%. Like you couldn't convince me otherwise. So
Oh,
I think a lot of
Wakanda
the
Forever?
movies-
Yeah.
I think it was written by an AI. It has like a bunch of like markers, like the fact that they keep calling Ironheart the doctor or the scientist.
Yes.
That is her name in the script
yeah.
because that's what an AI would do. Oh, the scientist. Yeah, the scientist that follows her. Yeah.
It's like a Spidey sense. Sometimes you can read these things and you can just tell.
We know
Well,
it
when
happens.
it comes to writing,
It absolutely fucking happens, by the way.
Yeah.
It's undeniable that they're using AI.
when it
Have
comes
you-
to
have you
writing, like you can almost expect 70 to 90% of writers are actually using AI in some level, even if it's just like proofreading or something like that, and they're just not disclosing it because you don't need to. It's very, very easy to do.
Well, with Supergirl, I forgot who brought it up, but it was a very good point. Like the movie is obviously, because the writer is a brand new writer, it is based off of like the most hacky of hack writing like trends, like save the dog. You have this the very typical like here's a cute dog, go save that dog, and it's like this, and it's also
And it's based on market
using
research. You know?
it's using all of these old writing techniques, but then not understanding how those techniques are supposed to fold in with
you
each
mean
other and structure.
not writing an
and-
actual story with progression and
yeah,
structure.
yeah, they're
and
just like,
character
oh, I'm
arcs
supposed
and a
to just do
journey.
these things,
Like
and
It's a
that'll
bunch
give
of
me the
and
story,
thens.
and it doesn't.
I'm
It's
not
a bunch
trying.
of and thens.
This is not me trying to toot my own horn because I am fucking retarded. Okay, I'm just like that's
You're amongst
pretty
friends.
apparent. But like when I started learning how to do screenwriting, my mentor handed me Save the Cat and said, "You have to read this book if you ever want to be successful in Hollywood." I read the foreword and I legitimately threw it in the trash. I said, "This book sucks, and if like that's how I become successful, then you can get fucked because I don't. This book
You know
sucks."
how you know what they used to teach to be successful in Hollywood back in the day? You needed to read stuff like Homer's Odyssey.
Yeah.
You needed like
Yep.
that's
Classics.
Yep.
Well, it's like everyone brings up John Wick with regards to Supergirl, but John Wick wasn't about the dog. It was about what the dog represented with regards to his wife.
Yes.
His wife died, and that was the last thing he had with his wife. And this is now a load of cat ladies going, well, I really love my cat, and I don't have any human connection, so I have nothing else.
I'm a
And then they
dog
can't
mom.
write about fridging somebody's wife or anything, because that's now banned. I've essentially banned all of the good aspects of storytelling because they've started thinking it was tropes. Well, they were tropes for a reason. Jodie Foster was on about F1 and saying it. That felt like it was written by AA because it was too good. Everything was bang on where everything should be. And I don't necessarily think that's bad. I don't think that a story being tropey makes it bad. Like these are things which have lasted for thousands of years, and we're essentially repackaging old stories in new ways.
And Jodie Foster just hasn't had work in 20 years and sounds a little bitter.
She's
Like
not
Stringer
really
said.
mad
about it. Little mad
But
about
no,
She says,
it-
I don't say this disparagingly. I don't think she was having a go at AI. I think they've forgotten what storytelling is. They think everything's got to be new and original. I don't realize, no, you can tell a story about your wife dying and you getting revenge a million different ways.
Well, there's
And it's the
places,
same arc.
the kind of stories that Hollywood still wants to tell and can't because they ruined it are those original indie-ish dramas. Anything that's a prepackaged IP now, you don't need to be subverting expectation. I mean, this has been proven over, and we keep seeing it, and we have writers who can't go anywhere else and do anything original, so they try to put it into the IP and hitch their wagon to the IP like activists, and it never fucking works. It never works.
And
When the easiest thing is to just do what the character in the classic ideal version of that character is.
Yep. Vera,
right, and a big problem is that a lot of the activists in Hollywood, they don't know Joseph Campbell's work, they don't know Hero of a Thousand Faces, they don't know the hero's journey, and this is a perfect example of that. Tom King's work is not good, but yet his work is still better than this movie. Like, that is absolutely insane, because this movie is still a poor adaptation of an already really meh story.
That's being kind.
Yeah, it is being kind. Yeah,
It's
they're
being-
both garbage. But
Yeah, we'll get to it because it's still being called prolific and adult and sophisticated. It is fucking not. It is something that makes the normie comic book reader, no offense, who liked it, maybe a little offense, feel like you have just read something sophisticated, therefore you are sophisticated. The comic industry is filled with that because the comic industry is the most insecure, self-loathing industry on the planet. They always want validation, and they don't really. I mean, they should just be proud. They should have been proud of what they were. People like John Byrne didn't give a fuck. He didn't want to go write movies. He didn't want to fucking write TV shows. He wanted to write comic books. He's a huge comic book fan. He's a collector. That's the kind of guy that they lost. Graham Nolan out there is a comic book fan, read comic books, is a collector, not to the extent of John Byrne, but like he's a comic book fan. Chuck Dixon reads other people's comic books. He's a comic book fan. Yeah. That's what they're missing now. They're getting people who are just looking for a highway to the Netflix show, which dried up a long time ago, and all want to be the next fucking Alan Moore.
It's the same way in video games. You end up having these people who join the video game industry because the industry is so massive. They think that it is going to make them a very quick buck, and they're going to be able to rise within the ranks of these studios very quickly. But then, ultimately they don't play video games. They don't consume these stories. They don't know what they're talking about, and they don't know what customers want.
That's how we get mixtape.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just played Mixtape, which is literally just
first game I finished
movie.
on the internet.
Congratulations!
It's only a 3-hour game, Gary. So
Speaking
I
of
made
what
it
people
4.5.
want-
I made it 5 hours.
Speaking of what people want, the 6th annual Vegas meetup, the
Damn,
RSVP is in the
6th.
description.
And
So
remember, we
it'll-
missed one, so it's
sign up for this.
because of COVID.
Yeah.
I hate to blame COVID, but yeah, 6. It's been 6 meetups. It's unbelievable. I wish we could still do it at the Millennium Fandom Bar, but they subleased their second room, so we can't fit everybody. Otherwise, it would be there every year because I love Alex. We have a different location. What are we telling the location just yet? Or are we waiting?
No, we're waiting. So
we're gonna wait
it'll-
a couple more weeks.
like probably up to the week of the event, but it is in the arts district, if that gives you an idea of how to
It's
plan
near
your
the
week.
Millennium Fandom
So it's
Bar, so
around
you're
that
not
same area.
going to be driving to like Henderson or something.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is in Vegas proper. You can see the strip from the place. It's big enough. It's got an outdoor area. It's got a bar. It's got food. It's got booze for all you lushes out there.
And it's for 16 and up, but if you are under 18, you will require an adult to supervise you. And then when you do register, please use your legal name so that we can verify your identity at the door.
Awesome. So RSVP link will be in the chat. Thanks to our wonderful Modrotics. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
And
And
Americon.
Americon.
250. So this is going to be at the Thirsty Horse in San Antonio. Brandon Herrera, Nerdrotic, and other influencers and celebrity guests. Now there is a ticket that you have to
So
buy.
this, I need to make the distinction here. This is a Brandon Herrera camp. Why am I blanking on the term now?
Campaign.
Fundraiser?
Fundraiser.
It's a
That's
fundraiser.
the term I'm looking. It's a
Yeah.
fundraiser for Brandon Herrera. So this
Yeah.
isn't like a meetup.
so-
Therefore, the ticket prices.
Just so you know, the fundraiser is for Texas Veterans Coalition, a nonprofit dedicated to helping increase registration and voter turnout amongst the veteran community and to make sure veterans have a civic voice in defending the freedoms they fought for.
Yes. So the unsub guys are going to be there with Brandon. I'm going to be there. Ryan's going to be there. Jeremy's going to be there. And Garrett's going to be there. Comics, you better fucking be there. It's
You gotta be
in your area. But anybody who wants to show up, you guys come out. And other guests, other pretty cool guests that the unsub guys are going to get because they're way cooler than us. But that's fine. That's fine. So and that's in San Antonio on August 30th. Hope to see you there. But it's going to be like kind of like they're trying to make it a mini con too, so they'll be selling like comic books and stuff there. So yeah, fundraiser for Brandon Herrera, who's a shoe-in. Did you see his little dumb commie opponent? Yeah,
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Texas 23. Hey, we're going to have an end now.
Hey, that's true.
That's right. Maybe I can get my gun rights back from Brandon Herrera.
Then we go to a range day.
Range day.
Hell yeah.
Is that like at an
membership
oven
at a great range?
Yeah.
I can take you guys to.
In the meantime, my wife has a great gun collection. It's really awesome. It's really awesome. All right. So, do we want, I don't want to,
we should start by saying happy 250.
Happy 250, America.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Damn right.
Yeah, it's America Day tomorrow. It's America Pride Month, and I'm old enough to.
Hell yeah, dude!
American Pride Month. Well, I think that was better than White Pride Month, but you know. So
You think?
we were involved a little bit.
I vividly remember the bicentennial, not the bisexual centennial, which we just had last month. The bicentennial back in
76.
76
year.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm old. So there we go. So let's talk about Supergirl. Yes, it's still in the news because we got numbers. We have some recent numbers, and the way it's being framed in one article, they put it at Supergirl still at number 2 because they just counted the day. They didn't count the weekend. So I don't know if it's going to drop to number 4. Odin's gone. He would be the perfect person to tell us. Maybe Disparu, you know. I'm hoping it does, but at least be number 3. But how Supergirl ran into kryptonite at the box office, Superman's cousin to lose $125 million. So if Deadline is saying it's $125 million, it's probably $225 million. Let's be real. Marvel boss Kevin. Oh, do we have to like read this? So the lead up basically is okay. The preamble is Kevin Feige said it's riskier. Don't scroll past it. Stay on it. Stay on it. Stay on it. Okay. So the preamble here is Kevin Feige once said it's riskier to do an Iron Man 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 than it is to try characters like Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy. I would beg to differ because Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy worked because you had already established the main characters, but it looks like James Gunn like took that and believed it and also thought he could do anything he wants. So he decided to take all the risks up front and do a Supergirl movie as his second film in the DCU, which wasn't originally supposed to be the second film. It was supposed to be The Authority, which would have been fucking horrible, but Supergirl's pretty close to being just as bad of a decision. It turns out, because it should have been Batman. And after that, it should have been Wonder Woman. Everybody knows this. You know, Flash put up a clip of from the Snyder Cut of Wonder Woman saving the people at the bank in the UK. And it's better than anything Gunn has ever done. Just that scene of Gal Gadot who can't act, but it's still an awesome scene. It
has respect for the character.
No.
Yes.
If you go back to the trailer is just better than anything Supergirl's put out at all. It's traditional heroism. And this is one of the things that they failed to. There was one, so they were somehow arguing for Supergirl, but they said the reason why Wonder Woman worked is because it was made for men. It had traditional masculine heroism. She was designed for the male gaze. She was incredibly attractive. And somehow all of these were meant to be negative points against it.
I know.
It was just,
Like, how could you be so surprised when you have a male-centric audience for comic books, which is a male-centric medium? Just be real. And then you put out a character that is so messy and the opposite of the male gaze, and then it flops. Like,
Well, right.
shouldn't
You end
surprise
up
them.
taking these female characters, and what you are doing is you are completely erasing their femininity, even though that is when the most women were going to see these movies. Women want to see the Wonder Womans, and I think that they should have made a Black Widow movie several years earlier with the good version of Black Widow that we had, not the, hey, we're going to turn her into a feminist icon version. The women that they are trying to market a movie like this to, and even the young girls, they're not interested. And what you are doing is you are pushing away the men in your audience that you once had, and you are also pushing away the women that you have in your audience, like me, for example, who actually cared about the comics and the superheroes, not them pushing some modern day ideology and narrative into a product that is, oh, we need to prop women up on a pedestal and then denigrate men, and all of the men are stupid in these stories. That's not going to fly.
normal
The word
people don't
that-
like feminists.
Yeah,
They're
no.
they're
don't.
not savory
Feminists
people.
don't like feminists.
Right,
Yeah.
even the
That's true.
feminists hate each other because they all want to be the lead feminist.
Oh, they even hate themselves. And
Yeah.
the word that describes like Supergirl is repulsive. The film was repulsive, the character was repulsive, and they made her look repulsive. They made Millie Alcock look worse in the film than she does in real life. As some type
Yeah.
of, female empowerment thing, because men, you're not allowed to objectify us, so we're going to make us look ugly on purpose. That's
There
what the
were-
feminists
Nope.
do.
Yeah, and there was even a clip on social media of Millie Alcock talking about how they didn't put a wig on her and it was just her natural hair. Like, she rolled out of bed and they'd add a few extra curls because they wanted her to feel as comfortable as possible, and they wanted to have the most natural version of a woman in this story. Like, put on some deodorant and brush your hair, lady. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah.
supposed to
Or
be
to
like
smell it through the screen.
gods.
Yeah.
These
Use
are
a-
superheroes,
Use a
the
crystal
pinnacle
or
of
something.
man.
Like, damn.
Disbrew said it best. Every superhero needs to be a 10.
Yes.
Mhm.
They need
Yes.
to be a 10.
Yes.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And it's not even just the objectification, although that's going to help you sell tickets. It's the fact that attractive people have a halo effect where you think they are better at everything they do. And so it makes it more believable. There's a shorthand involved with attractiveness where you don't have to go through and go, well, these people are good at this and this and this and this. And I do think it's down to insecurity of people like James Gunn that heroes make them feel worse about themselves because they can't compete. And they don't see it as something to improve to. They just realize that they are the filthy degenerate and they want everyone to accept the way that they are. And that's how you end up with Supergirl. Like, if you wanted to see Supergirl, you wouldn't go to the movie. You'd go to a grocery store in the middle of the night and watch people shop in their pajamas.
Right,
If you really want to
Yes.
watch, I don't want normal people in my movies. I go to movies to escape normal people.
Well, there's like a reason why throughout history, like sculptures and paintings are of like good looking people and not
Yeah.
like fat, frumpy, ugly people. And the only people that actually, the only fat, ugly people that were getting paintings of them were like super wealthy people who threatened to kill the people that if they didn't paint them. Like,
Yeah.
And the best example of the halo effect you'll talk about, Disbrew, is Gal Gadot, where she's like,
Yes.
went under the radar, her acting ability went under the radar for so long because people weren't paying attention to her acting. They were looking at her.
I thought she did a great job in the
Yeah.
first Suicide Squad. I was like, she's excellent. Look at that. Wow. Those shorts, that audience. That's
Just
pretty
don't
great,
talk.
you know?
Like those scenes where
And
she
then
wasn't
she's like-
talking. Like,
Yeah. And she's like, I decided to put
That's the
pants
best
on my
acting.
character. I was like, man, this movie kind of sucks. Like, I don't know. It's-
but she fit the character. Like, that's the thing, is like, look like the character, act like the character. And if you're in all these characters, they, like I said earlier, they're the pinnacle of man. They're like the ideal of ideals. Superman is not just some frumpy loser like he is in freaking James Gunn's universe. He's the most fit dude. He's the most like brainy guy. He knows what he's doing. He's a leader, and he's a person that when he walks in the room, people look to him for what are
He's
we
got
doing?
aura. As
He's
the-
got the
Super-
yeah,
super
he's got
presence.
aura.
Super
And the
presence.
Superman and all of the characters so far don't have any aura. Peacemaker, zero aura.
Pull that
Like,
aura.
Superman,
Supergirl,
such-
zero aura.
such a
Like, they're
fucking
all
Chad.
losers.
He's such a Chad that like Dr. Manhattan was like, I can't even get rid of this guy, dude. Like, It's
Dude, yeah, they
Superman.
have to have this sense of power, and none of the characters do. They have the video that came out with James Gunn and David Cornsweet arguing about that last scene. David Cornsweet had the right angle. He was like, I should be saying this in confidence, and he's like, no, your humanity is about how you feel about how Lex is. What? Get the fuck out of here with that. I want a manly man as Superman.
James Gunn is a guy who cries recounting his own script from Peacemaker. That's in a video where he's crying, recounting his own writing. Yeah, and he's all, it's so beautiful what I wrote, and he's crying, and I'm like, well, that explains a lot. So back to the article real quick. We go to Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. It's a couple paragraphs down. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow was a sophisticated story about Superman's cousin. So I'm going to stop you right there. It was not a sophisticated story. It was true grit done in space and made in the most Tom King way. Tom King has a lot of issues.
Just a tad.
Some mommy issues, some women issues. He obviously is self-loathing and hates men. It's just hilarious to see that the people who were supporting him now don't support him because he is former CIA, and that all of a sudden became a problem during the conflict in the sandbox. So it's funny to see that. So Kara Zor-El coming out of her drunken stupor to avenge the murders of a young girl's family at the hands of the notorious villain Krem. Clearly, the IP was go on.
That wasn't even her motivation.
No,
like that was accidental at the very end of the movie. The entire movie is her going, I'm not going to kill him for you. I just want my dog. And only because she would not piss off and leave her alone does she actually end up getting revenge.
So their only cope is to compare it to Supergirl from the 80s. Clearly, the IP was a significant one-up from the 1980s Superman produced by Alexander Salkin's spin-off Supergirl. I don't know about that. I'd go back, watch that movie, and I'll probably like it more.
I feel like just off a rip, I think it's going to be better.
Yeah, goofy
because it's got
dumb.
style.
Mm-hmm.
Which Warner Brothers passed on releasing in 1984 and let TriStar do it, following the tanking of the Richard Pryor starring Superman 3. That's all Alexander Salkin's fault, by the way.
Still better than Supergirl.
The earlier Supergirl, headlined by Helen Slater, deep sixth at the box office with just over 14 million domestic per Box Office Mojo. Now, they're saying it's going to lose $125 million again. I think it's going to be a lot more. Social media movie analytics firm Relish Mix reported before the Pix opening, mixed negative leaning chatter for Supergirl centers on concerns that the film feels overly James Gunn coded, you don't say, with recurring criticism aimed at the humor, characterization, and perceived Guardian-style DNA. Well, nobody was wrong there. Skeptics argue Kara comes across less like Supergirl and more like a cosmic anti-hero. That's exactly what she is in the movie.
Yep.
But not in a cool way.
Like
could be a
anti-heroes
cool
can
thing.
still be heroes. I don't think she's a hero. She's like, I might save her if it's kind of, convenient.
Yeah, she doesn't grow as a character. She doesn't go through this hero's journey the way that she should. And by the end, she hasn't grown as a character at all.
Yeah.
She
They
only
admitted that,
saved
too.
the women that were trapped
she
in there
did that.
because she was
Right.
there. Like,
It
not
was
because out of her
convenient.
own.
She's like, I might as well. It'll only take me 2 extra seconds.
You have the
Which is pretty
opportunity
cynical
with
if you
this
think about it.
to like hold up a mirror and make David Cornsweet Superman look better by being the inspiration. It reminds her like what it means to be a hero, and they don't do any of that. They're just like, oh yeah, make sure to throw him in here so she can shit on him more.
And if
Like,
she was messy and destructive or whatever in the beginning of the movie, that could be fine. If in the movie at any point they looked inward and said, this is not a good way to live, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but they didn't do that. At no point did she go, maybe I shouldn't be selfish and sit this. They tried to throw it in at the end and go, she's going back to Earth and she's going to help Superman. That's not accepting that she was in the wrong acting like that.
No, I
Yeah,
think
as a
it's
hero.
very similar because it's like if I can accept her crapping all over Superman if she went back and said, you know what, Clark, I am so sorry. You were 100% right.
Yes,
I was
you're
waiting for
right.
that.
But
I
they
have
can't do that.
powers. I
They
have
can't do
powers
that.
that can save a lot of people, and
No.
I'm not doing that. I have the responsibility.
Comics
to do
is
that.
right.
He never did.
They can't do that.
Comics is
Because that would be removing her agency. And this is where DEI and intersectionalism becomes predictable and it ruins storytelling. And it's not the fact that somebody's black or Latino. It's, oh, I know they're safe and I know they won't be accountable for the most part.
Yep.
And even when they do make them the villains, well, it's because they were oppressed or, misunderstood or something horrible happened in their lives. And trauma somehow allows you to be a complete asshole for the rest of your life, which it doesn't. It's not
I
how
sold
life
my soul
works.
to Mephisto because nobody gave me $1 billion.
Right.
I
Right.
didn't have to do
Right.
this.
And
but
all
you guys
this,
made me.
Yeah.
all this
Tony
is
Stark's fault.
racist.
Yeah.
If you guys
Well-
didn't know, Hollywood, that is
misogynist.
racist.
That's why
Misogynist,
this
yeah.
film is woke in its DNA. The actual reason for the plot and all the underlining issues come from that woke, especially feminist mentality, where
Intersectionalism.
she has to be validated. She can't acknowledge her own faults and grow and beyond them. And she especially can't ever be saved by a man. And she can't be taught lessons by a man, Superman, because that's a woman being subservient to a man. And that is anathema to modern woke Hollywood. And we're talking about how important certain tropes are previously. Hollywood has like almost a mandate now that a woman can never be saved by a man. And
It's
when
a woman
it happens, it's an exception to the standard that they are still absolutely obsessed with. And that right there reveals that they will never be able to write good stories, because especially heroic stories, because heroism is founded on masculinity, and so much of that is men saving women. Okay, but they don't want to do that. They have literally broken reality in their scripts. I get so pissed off with because they did in Wheel of Time. They had a character tied to a chair, teleport out of a chair, and save the men to avoid him saving her.
It's not
Shad-
just that though. It's their idea of freedom being you can't have any standards, because she should be able to act however she wants. So if she doesn't want to save anyone, that's fine, and you have to accept her being messy. Whereas heroism is based on the idea of duty, that you have to do this because you're the only person that can, and it doesn't matter whether you want to or not. Hancock, when he was drunk and an alcoholic and everything, he still went out and saved people. He just did it in a hungover way and smashed into everything because he was pissed out of his mind. Whereas it's like, no, you can't judge her. It's like, well, no, I can. That's what makes people better.
Yeah. I mean, Shad, they're trying. I agree. Disbrew. They're trying to like reshape reality as we know, and we'll get to Elliot Page. Right, we'll get to that because I mean, we'll get to Elliot Page.
You're getting yours, Elliot. Don't you worry.
Elliot.
It's a fine six-pack, though.
So back to the article. When things get negative, I can't. Okay, so Hollywood does pay people a lot of money to figure this kind of stuff out. It's really groundbreaking, shocking. When things get negative on a superhero property, they go negative quickly. In a meteoric way, one industry analyst told us, citing examples of The Flash, which was dogged by tabloid reports about its star Ezra Miller before opening. You mean the stuff Ezra Miller was doing? Yeah, his crimes.
His crimes across America.
Choke slamming a woman to a floor, shouting, "Do you want to fight?" So, yeah, I think that kind
He
of went
hit
a little
a
bit
woman in the
viral.
head with a
Sometimes
chair and then
people need to
ran
be
from the
criticized.
cops.
It was the tabloids dogging him, reporting on all his crimes.
Oh, the humanity.
He's on the run from the
where are
cops.
you
He's
reading?
joined a
I'm
cult,
taking
and they're like,
it.
"Why are you being so mean to him?" He's
Yeah,
just
man makes a few mistakes and you'll never let it
the
go.
bad goose wizard. Leave him alone.
It's the best self-made nickname ever.
The Marvels, as well as Joker for Les Adieux, and Stephen Sondheim's musical No Fan Wanted. Yes, like this movie. It was listen, the Flash didn't look good, but that was another film that was completely gassed up to be like, remember they showed it a year early at CinemaCon and everybody's like, this is great.
James Gunn said it was a fantastic film, one of his
did.
favorite films. Multiple times he said this.
Critics and fanboy media thrashed Supergirl not just for its Guardians of the Galaxy touchstones. Actually, that's the least of my fucking concerns with the movie, but also for aping Mad Max. How dare Supergirl save enslaved women in the galaxy like Mad Max and Furiosa?
Yeah, I mean, she's basically Furiosa, so.
I mean, I keep seeing this point brought up by people and saying this is why people didn't like the movie. I've never seen anyone actually critique it for that, ever. It's not barely even mentioned in reviews, because it's one fight scene that doesn't even really make any sense. The women essentially get teleported out of the room, and she goes, "That's the last one." It's like, well, when did you save them? They're all dying.
What about the sleeper hit of a summer of a couple years ago that was about people saving women and children? Called Sound of Freedom, that you completely fucking ignored, Deadline.
Well, they just call it fake.
Fuck off.
That's how they
wasn't
get
even
around
real.
this.
Well, you see,
It
these
was
were
fake, he
women.
lied.
These are women that she saved, so it's more important than kids
okay.
and little
what-
boys.
What's so hilarious is that obviously the Mary Sue is filled with a bunch of feminist fucks, but that's what they're doing right now.
Really fat.
They're talking about Army Hammer's new movie and saying now people are comparing Supergirl to this absolutely gross immigrant movie. And so the comparisons are actually very similar to Citizen Vigilante.
Yeah. Which is well, we can get to that later too, which is a film filled with a message that's just a different kind of message, but it's still an act of defiance to Hollywood, so you got to credit it for that. But these female-led action picks and superhero properties come up against immense male toxicity. Hey, don't leave the women out of this one, you sexist bigot.
That was my favorite article that came out of this that said that women can also manufacture misogyny.
Yes.
It's the internalized misogyny.
Yeah, or internalized
Aren't men the
misogyny is
ones
off
that-
the charts for thinking that this movie
They don't
is
call
garbage.
it misogyny
All
for
right,
nothing.
we need the World War II ad with the woman that's in the
The flexing.
the flexing woman from World War II. It's like we
Oh, yeah,
manufacture misogyny.
Oh God, Rosie the
Rosie the
The
Riveter, yeah,
one
thank you.
pointing,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like misogynists need
Yeah.
you.
I'm going to the misogyny factory after the show.
I can do it too. Yeah.
But this is a perfect example of them forcing everything to be sexist and misogynist when it's not. It was just a crap movie, and they're absolutely brain dead because even though this film is failing, most of the people that showed up to watch it were still men. But no, it's because it's a woman-led female superhero thing. That's why it failed. You retards.
That
Well,
doesn't work anymore.
I love
dude.
the evolution of cope that they have with who to blame. First, it was the incels. Then it's the misogynists. Then it's women being chased off from theaters by misogynists and the toxic conversation around this movie. And then if you don't support this movie, you're clearly for child trafficking. It's just like, wow, that escalated fast.
No, but it is a case
So
of
you
like,
didn't
what do you
support
want?
Sound of Freedom, so you are for human trafficking. Deadline based on your logic. Sorry, go on.
But they also
it is
don't
a
agree
case
with
of
that anyway.
It
Like,
is
they
a case
don't
of what do you want.
believe in that.
No.
Well, that's the thing. No, I prefer to take them at their word. I believe these are honest, just people that really, really mean what they say. So let's take their argument to its logical conclusion. That there's so many misogynists in the world that no film can actually succeed without being what they want. Well, then Hollywood's going to have to make it. You are arguing against if you want woke movies, don't go out and say misogynists rule the entire box office because you're leaving them with only one conclusion.
Listen, if it still would have sucked, but you have a different actress playing Supergirl and she's smoking hot, like a fucking 20 out of 10. It would have probably made a little more money and wouldn't gotten any of the backlash because listen, I love Dante. But people like Dante out there would have gone, well, she was hot, so I was at least looking at that, and I might have said that too. You don't know.
But no, like
Verbal Riot,
even
by
if
the way. We love Verbal Riot.
Yeah.
Hell.
even if they didn't change much of the film, if they put like just a smoking knockout cast in the film and they made it look great in the film and they put that front and center in the marketing, it might have actually.
Yeah, she's
done
running
it.
around in like a bikini and a trench coat, like.
Well,
I'm
I
just
don't
trying
know
to help
what
you,
that was.
DC. Okay.
I don't know what she said, but I really liked looking at it.
the problem that arises, though, is that she would have had to have acted different on the red carpet and in these interviews. Like,
Yes.
she would have had to act like she actually cares a little bit for the fans instead of going on her rants about, Christian dads and she refuses to change. And this is such an empowering story. But that change in marketing with a beautiful woman, that would have at least made a couple million more dollars. I don't know if it would be massively successful still, but it would have done better.
The movie's
But that's
still
why
dog
people like.
shit. It doesn't matter.
That's why people like Sydney Sweeney in her campaigns, though, is because she's one of the only people in Hollywood that doesn't go around shaming people for looking at her. And when people do have a go at her, she wears a T-shirt that says "Sorry, I've got great tits." It's the opposite marketing of what everyone in Hollywood is told to do, and that's why she's successful with it.
Well, and hopefully she doesn't do what the Scarlett Johanssons of the world that know definitively they have great assets, and she still has great assets, by the way. But once they hit a certain age, they all of a sudden become activists.
Yeah.
You know,
See that wall coming.
Yep.
And then they
Well,
claim
there's
that
something
they
to be
were
said,
victims
though.
and being objectified when
Yep.
they use
And they
that to be
complain about
smart-
it. Yep.
Well, the smart thing about Sydney Sweeney is like she's doing a lot of producing and other things, and has said, "Yeah, one day when I hit the wall, like I'll just keep working behind the camera because one day my looks won't be the thing that sells."
Right, she'll have established herself by that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And a lot of the actresses are just like, "No, you just have to keep watching me because like I'm a woman and I deserve it." And you're like, "That's not how that works. Never has been. Sorry."
Yeah, but there is something to be said about this movie when it comes to. Firstly, it's not for fans. This wasn't made for fans.
Nope.
This was made to create new fans with likely children. Like this is 100% to capture children, and they don't care about anybody who had any kind of connection to Supergirl before. It's not made for you. But then the second thing is, and it's something that Shad was talking about. I mean, we all have, but Shad said something that like keyed me in on this. This movie's covert woke. It's not woke. It is if we know because all of us here, we're paying attention to it. But to a normie at home, it's not endgame A-Force, girls get it done, stand together. It is much more subtle, which means somebody has been paying attention and somebody's been listening to people, on the internet like us who've been calling it out, and they're starting to get a little bit sneakier with how they get this messaging in. I mean, we could break it down and talk about it and explain it away, but unless you're watching people like us and we're focusing on telling that, right? Families aren't going to catch it. Families, if you pay attention to the normie audience that are saying this, they're walking out saying, "I didn't like it." But then they don't have the ability to explain why. They don't have the words to explain why. They just know that there's something about it that they didn't quite like. Whether it's her being a belligerent drunk or the dog pissing on Superman, it's covert. And if this is trying to do that and then pointing it towards kids, we have bigger problems in play. It's not just about Supergirl. It's about what's happening next, what's in play right now, and what their not new target, but this is the target. They're not making these for us. They don't care if these things burn out. Peter Safran, as soon as it was out and it tanked, he's like, "Well, it's just one cog in our business machine." Like, yeah, you're saving face, but I believe that shit.
Millie Alcock and said after the controversies, he said, "You're doing great. Don't worry about anything."
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Wizard was just saying,
concerning.
I mean, that's how cultural Marxism works. These people try to disguise themselves and the messages that they want to push, and they change their wording, they change the storytelling to push their ideology. They're chameleons.
Yep.
So
Well,
one of the
and the
reasons
goal
why
is-
I'm not super concerned, right, is because this ideology is such anathema to good storytelling. Like, good storytelling is tied with some of those classic tropes. They can only can we name of something that was super woke that was actually really good? There's very, very few things we could potentially point out.
Recently, nothing.
Everything,
the ones that
everywhere,
are
all at once.
the ones that are tend to be because they're honest, and so what they think is good is what you think is evil. What you think is evil is what they think is good, and so you just read it from the other perspective, like Barbie. that
Barbie
would
is
probably be the
only
thing.
one that we could have a discussion on, because some people say it's anti-woke because they were so overt that they
Well,
started
it's honest, but it doesn't mean what everyone took it to mean. Is essentially the thing.
No, because that speech that America, whatever her name is,
that was
Yeah,
horrible.
it was
I
god awful.
Well, they
that
were
tells
like,
you
we-
exactly
we-
how they felt.
Yeah, they're like, "Guys,
But-
we haven't pushed the message hard enough. Like, let's get it in there right
Wait,
now."
you're not supposed to like Ken. No, what do you don't like my movie like that?
Like, honestly, it's I've pointed this out before. It's very much like a religious film, because like at some point in the religious film, some guy's going to stop and look directly at the camera and tell you, like, you need to go to church and you need to accept Jesus into your life. You're like, what does that have to do with what's happening right now in the scene? And they're like, just just
Gary, what was that
listen,
article?
you know.
It's the altar call.
Altar
That's what that
calls.
was.
It's
That
the altar
was-
calls.
it
Yeah,
was-
altar
it was
calls. So
preaching
we
a
now have
sermon up there at the end.
we now have altar calls for woke and intersectional entertainment.
Because you have to make,
But I
you
think
have to
like
make sure
Wizard
that
was
you
was
got
hitting it on the head right
message
there.
across.
Like
Yeah.
I think main audiences, they pick up on that subconsciously and they go, "Oh, I don't like these movies because they're trying to preach to me in some way." And then the studios go, they've figured that out, that audiences don't like that. So now they're going underground. They're kind of making it subverted. The Toy Story 5 of it, where it's there if you're paying
it's
attention.
funny.
Remember, the
It's
You
target
just
just
a
put your
joke.
kids in front of
We're
it
gonna
and you're
age
not
out at
thinking
some
about
point.
it.
It's a silly haha.
Yeah.
On the preaching thing, right? People don't like when they're getting preached to things that they disagree with or they don't want to be on board, or even if they're ambivalent towards. But when a movie preaches a universal message, look at Lord of the Rings. Gandalf's speech about what's important is that we do the right thing when these hard times come up and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That was inspiring because it's
But-
an uplifting message that everyone can get on board with.
The problem with that is, and we saw this a lot with Doctor Who, is they think the universal message of being against genocide or actual racism is like just woke. It's like, no, these are
Yeah.
basic things that most humans believe.
Yeah.
Nobody's for genocide.
No, exactly.
There might be a couple people out there, but nobody's for it. All right. So that's not your domain. Nobody's for murder and child trafficking being brought up again, which I think is hilarious, was something that Hollywood was completely silent about for a long fucking time. And all of a sudden,
absolutely.
because of the Epstein files, we're all for it now because it'll take down the
Mhm.
guy we don't like. You don't really fucking give a shit
But
about
then,
that.
but then
It's 'cause
a
they can
report
gain
comes out in the
social
UK. You don't
points
talk about
for
that.
it.
Yes, they can.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Completely mute about that.
Or
Um,
like a certain somebody who's married to Johnny Depp who was reportedly throwing massive orgy parties and forcing young actresses to go to these and get banged by billionaires. Look at Cara
Weird.
Delevingne, Cara Delevingne or whatever her career.
Delevingne,
She was like one of
I
them, and
think.
she's admitted, she's like, yeah, my life fucking sucks. But
So
But
So
you do have a point though, Fake Wizard. They are trying to sneak it in still.
Absolutely.
And
yes,
the
100%.
problem,
be very alert.
the
They thought they
problem,
could turn it
Shad,
up,
is
but-
is that your position, and I like your position because I've heard you talk about it on other streams of,
Missionary.
well, the good stuff is always going to rise to the top. The good stuff is always going to beat out the bad.
No.
But what happens when all of the good stuff from before is gone? Now hang on, because Supergirl now has just taken a massive cultural hit. Comics aren't in a good spot to begin with. And now we just had universally everybody saying, whether you saw this movie or not, Supergirl, bad movie, bad character. It was bad. It was bad. So now let's play that out a couple years in the zeitgeist. Supergirl, that's boring. That's bad. I don't like that. The actual character has been damaged. Last year we had the Superman movie. Superman as a character has been damaged, whether we want to believe it or not.
Further
It's not,
damaged
and it's
in
not
this
about
movie.
us.
Further damaged in this movie,
Yep.
by the way.
Yep.
It's about the next generation and their interpretation of these characters. We've got a Gandalf here, and it's immortalized in the Peter Jackson film. Peter Jackson's still making movies.
Yeah,
And
he's
he can
coming back
undermine that.
Right.
100%. And that's the problem. As Gen Z, as much shit as we give them, has been shoveled shit for, and considering how young they are, Gen Alpha, they've been shoveled shit for the last half decade or more.
Yeah,
Their whole
I think I
lives,
say this every
basically.
time I
I wanna get
come on
back to
the
the
show,
article
but
in a
like
second.
that's why you make prequels, because prequels mean you can rewrite those histories.
Yep.
And now the thing is, they got smart enough, and a lot of people didn't realize what was happening until much later. They were making clip farm moments in their shows to put on TikTok because that's where Gen Z was and all the next generation is. So they watch that and think, this is Star Trek. And you fill those comments section with, this is quintessential Star Trek. This is the best thing I've ever seen. They go, oh, wow, this must be amazing. And then they defend these shows without actually even watching them. They just watch clips on TikTok about it and think that this is what they should expect from these shows. Because, yeah, they're hoping when they become adults that's what they'll be okay with. And that's how they'll think about
The
Well,
thing
right,
is,
they
though,
put the ideology in these works without the normal person or the average person understanding what they're watching. They feel a little off, but then it puts those ideas in their head without them outright understanding. And then you have these characters constantly being altered and altered and altered until you get to a point where the entire IP is unrecognizable or that character is unrecognizable, but they want that to be normalized.
I think what you end up with, though, is you end up with like the conscious indoctrination. So children will like these stories because they don't think of them that level. They don't understand why anyone wants to sacrifice themselves for heroism. They just like the moving pictures. But adults, even if they go through the indoctrination to the point where they agree that for some reason heroism is bad and everything, they're still not satisfied by the stories. And you see this now with left-wing people. They don't like these movies either. They've also gone through all of the standard indoctrination. They also agree with everything Hollywood says, but when they watch the movies, they don't like them because there's something missing. And I do think there's like this evolved response to like things like a man dies for a king, country, to defend his tribe, his people, his homeland. These aren't conscious beliefs. They're evolved civilizational, like reinforcing things that just help the species continue. And I'm not sure you can indoctrinate that out of people. And we've seen that with various different cultural moments, like the trans stuff, where the moment you hit something which is core to humanity, nobody goes for it. And that was like one of the most pushed things over the last 100 years. Still didn't work.
And it is
okay,
interesting
we're going to
that
get back to the article real quick.
All right.
Quick, Shad.
Well, just as indoctrinated as people can become, there are those moments where you see him reset to factory settings where they're just given something that hits exactly what Disprue was saying, almost an evolved sense of, progression need that people have to what to be like, and then they recognize it and they will gravitate back towards
A great example of that is a lug. Lesbian until graduation. They're lesbian at college, then they find the right guy, and they are trad wives for the rest of their lives. I have a family member who did that, which is awesome, by the way.
I went to school with a girl who was one of the gayest people I've ever met, and now she's married to a man, got 2 kids, and she's very happy.
All right, so back to Deadline. These female-led action picks and superhero properties come up against immense male toxicity, with some critics picking on Supergirl headliner Millie Alcock's physique. No, her physique is fine. It's just the way she was shot. Okay, I was for the casting. She's not ugly, but they made her look ugly in that movie. And
it's also her outfit. If you compare her outfit to the end of Superman, it's different. The skirt in Superman is way shorter. It looks way brighter. She smiles more. She looks an entirely different, more messy person, which if that's supposed to be afterwards, doesn't make any sense.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
like what
She
they
didn't even
did
makeup and stuff.
it's like what they did with Madam Web. You had some really beautiful women, and then you dumbed them down in the movie when on the red carpet they look like bombshells.
Yep.
But we need to avoid appealing to the male gaze.
Which none of the actresses in Madam Web were completely fine with people staring at them, by the way, which is a shame. Captain Marvel, given that it was a bridge to Avengers Endgame in March 2019, was able to withstand such nastiness with a $1.1 billion gross. Different times back then, too. You can also release an Aquaman film that made $1 billion. That
And
was
positioning.
not very good. Its 2023 successor, The Marvels, however, could not. $206 million. Also, Invincible was 2017's Wonder Woman at $823 million worldwide. The thing is, that's why we have to look at these things individually, because context matters. The context of Wonder Woman being the top tier female superhero that's never had a big budget movie ever made. That's a big deal, and that helped this a lot. And listen, the movie's not great. Nobody will ever look at as high art, but at least the character of Wonder Woman is likable, like that's pretty easy. It's a lot. It's a likable hero's journey. It's normal. You can have your criticisms. I'm right there with you. But then it goes down here. I want to skip to the bottom where it says
that actually with the Wonder Woman stuff there, it says she's an incredibly popular hero. Women actually loved her. This is the best IP we can get for women. Still only brought in 55% of the audience. Even at the peak that they can manage, and they're bragging about it.
Because Wonder Woman is a movie made for men. Supergirl was a comic book made for men. It's not like Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow as a comic book, as a floppy, sold out anywhere. And it spiked, as all graphic novels do when a movie comes out. It spiked a little bit. And it's useless because, well, they missed the whole point of the ending, which is better, even though it's written by Tom King. It's better than the movie. So at the very end, it says, when it comes to making superhero movies or a superhero movie leap off a building nowadays with a single bound, one studio insider asserts, good, not great, doesn't cut it. You can't get away with it. The fans will have their knives out for you. Well, the reason they have their knives out is because you've been shoveling shit at them for the last 5 years. DC, you put out 6 fucking flops in a row. What do you expect?
Right.
And you released them. Like, why did you cancel Batgirl and then release movies that are just as bad? Batgirl, that was, by the way, the script was punched up by the screenwriter who got equal billing with the director of Supergirl. What do you expect? You know, like their argument goes, you know, look at the excitement for Spider-Man. Don't know if it's going to be a good movie, but there's tons of excitement. Tickets are selling great. Its first weekend is going to make a lot of money, and it depends on how good the movie is. I suspect it's going to do pretty well. Later on in the show, we are going to go over the Doomsday spoilers. So we'll put up the spoiler panel. We're going to wait till later so people who don't want to get ruined. I've talked about them already a lot on this show, and all that stuff is in there, and it sounds awful. It sounds like an awful movie.
Like a giant piece of crap in regards to the plot.
so
The entire plot is leaked. I read through it. This
Yeah, I
film
did too.
sounds like a massive turd.
Well,
I
it's
know,
something
man,
I've been
it's-
There's
saying
no
for a
way
while.
it can't not be a freaking turd.
So
There's a million people in it.
what will be
Gonna turn
brought
off a lot
up
of
by the
people.
media is superhero fatigue, which is a
Yes.
very nuanced argument, because if superhero movies were even half good or mediocre, you wouldn't have superhero fatigue right now. You just wouldn't. It depends. It all depends on quality, but we haven't had that. So the superhero fatigue is here with Hollywood, and they're the ones who pay for the movies and make the movies, and they are definitely getting tired. And with this many failures, they're going to take fewer chances. And I think we're near a future of Spider-Man and Batman movies, but getting the third tier character movie is, I just don't think we're going to get that a lot. Remember, we were actually healthier before when we were getting comic book movies outside of Marvel and DC. When we were getting Hellboy and, you know, The Crow
Sin
or
City and-
Dread.
Yeah.
They
and-
really
Hell yeah.
struggle.
That was
They really struggle to make Batman movies though, because they see him as like peak capitalist who beats up mentally ill poor people. Like that is their view of him, and that's why all the properties of Batman are like, well, what if we killed Batman and then just had other people in the show instead?
What about Batman character without Batman?
Yeah.
Again.
So I'm not sure you're ever going to
Clayface.
get like peak Batman as a decent thing, even if they needed to. Not like you get with Spider-Man.
We'll just
I think
go
what
there.
we're- what we're
for
seeing,
live action,
grounded
because
reboot.
I think that we're seeing and hearing of a lot of animateds that people are very intrigued by.
Yeah.
Like you have Absolute, you have Nightfall. These are things that people do have a general level of interest in. Now, if those will still be good, who knows? Because you cannot trust any of the people that are writing any of these projects anymore. You can't even in the video game industry, when we previously went from Arkham versus and Spider-Mans that people loved, and then you get Kill the Justice League that completely disrespects the legacy of these characters, and then you end up getting Spider-Man 2 where everything is gay and you have a black blind or deaf woman graffitiing walls, and that's supposed to be, you know, a big point
Empowering.
for Miles Morales' story. But yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of hope. It's just not in live actions, and that little bit of hope can disappear very quickly.
Well, I think what we're seeing is westerns. We had Hollywood that was obsessed with westerns. There's westerns all over, like in the 1950s, 40s, and 50s. Loved westerns. Then it was oversaturated, not because there was just a lot of them, but because there was a lot of shit. There was a lot of just poor quality stuff out there. So audiences stopped caring about that, and they wanted to see other things. That's what we're seeing now. We
100%.
had a
And the
pinnacle,
Western never went away.
and it never
Like,
went
they
away.
still
No,
make
it
them.
We had a
did.
pinnacle where it was just peak of superhero movies, and that has petered away because people are tired of seeing the crap that that they're putting out. They'll still be like the random, you know, superhero movie, but it's not going to be the peak that it used to be unless they turn it around consistently.
The problem is
they're
they
not
don't
going-
have
the
anything.
Endgame is
They don't have
gonna
anything to
nail
fall
it.
back
And they
on.
just can't.
they've killed a lot of genre films, and they've killed a lot of things that were marketed specifically to different demographics. They've killed the rom-com. They've killed a lot of
Comedy.
action films. All have to be that. Yeah, they killed a ton of comedies. They've killed black like comedies all started becoming really homogenized as well because they were trying not to offend anybody. So they don't have anything to fall back on. And the other side of this, and the reason that I think they're frustrated too, is because never before have there been this many fans that have a vocal platform to call them out and then rally other people around them to continue calling them out. Most of the time, like, you could get like fan letters and stuff, but like they could ignore it and pretend that what people were saying didn't matter. Now they can't really hide that anymore, and they can't hide what they're doing because they keep getting exposed for all the stuff that they're doing. So like now that they're like, everybody's seeing their plan and how they operate, they don't really have a place to hide. They don't have anything to go back to. They kind of just have to put up or shut up at this point.
Yeah. And you could think that, well, the corporations and the corporate critics in the access media, they created what you're seeing on YouTube, and they created it by not telling the truth. Yes. And that's why they're so upset that the TikTokers are taking their spot, because that, man, shilling is their territory. And I think they should fight for it. They should. But like that article that Jeremy went over, I sent him. We'll do it with the Odyssey. It talks about corporate critics basically being the dinosaur staring at a meteor. We'll go over it in a little bit.
So wild.
But first I got a couple, because the problem is Supergirl is now going to show up in Mana tomorrow and play a prominent part.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Allegedly.
I do hope that it ends up being like the Batman Part 2, where in that case I'm sad because Oz Cobb, whatever they want to call him, Penguin, he was supposed to have a larger role in the Batman Part 2 because the Penguin did so good, and unfortunately we're not going to be getting more of him. He's only got like a couple of minutes, which is very, very sad, but I kind of hope that happens with Supergirl, because I'm hoping that with Supergirl they just kind of go, we have too many characters, let's sort of throw her to the side and she can have 5 minutes of screen time and that's it.
I didn't hear this. So they're
Yes.
reduced. That is fucking
They
stupid.
initially said because of the success of the Penguin, they really wanted him to be like a focal point. But now, because they've hired so many large actors, they've had to reduce his role. And he said that he's got like 5 minutes of screen time. Colin Farrell said
It's
that.
almost like,
I think he's done
like,
shooting already or something.
it's
like
almost like Matt Reeves like doesn't know what he's doing.
Whoa, Mike.
Wait.
Crazy. Like, made a mid-Batman film. Now
crazy talk.
Took 7 years to make a worse one. Wow.
Will say
That's bad news.
Yeah.
That's real bad news.
So this is Millie Alcock talking about Man tomorrow. I got, you know what? I suppose I could
full screen
it, Why not? Here we go. Oh, I suppose I should turn up the volume too. Maybe you think, guys?
I got this video.
Well, it's up now.
We know that Man Tomorrow's shooting, and you're a part of that.
Yeah.
What's it been like to be shooting your role in the film in the middle of all of this? Is it hard to kind of code switch? And
It really is.
Yeah.
It's hard to code switch.
What?
And it's a different environment than the environment that we had on Supergirl. It's a different.
Is it?
It's a different story.
Thanks for pointing out. It's a different story.
Yeah, we wouldn't have known.
I wouldn't have
thought it was
known
going to
that
be exactly the
next
same.
movie. She was going to have the same story. I mean,
what's she even on about code switching? Because she's still Supergirl in everything she's doing. It's not like she's switching characters.
I think he means with the doing promo and then also filming.
Yeah, but in her defense, it is a James Gunn joint, so it might be the same story as something else before.
I bet there's going to be a cute little animal in it.
Crypto's going to be in it.
All of the cast I've gotten to work with.
I hate that dog.
I feel so vindicated of all
not a
my
dog.
criticisms
I'm so-
of Crypto.
It's not a dog. You're right. I hate that CGI.
I am so
monstrosity.
tired of the little cutesy, big-eyed, big-head fucking thing. James Gunn started this with Groot, with baby Groot, and everybody, oh, he's so cute. Look at him dance. He's so cute.
That's
and then
exactly
he
how we
just
got
did
Baby
it
Yoda.
again. And then Baby Yoda came behind that and then did it again. And they just keep fucking doing this. Stop.
But Baby Yoda at least
cooing at
tries Baby Yoda at least tries to act cute, except when he's destroying entire species.
committing
Whereas the
genocide,
dog is
yeah.
just an arsehole 24 hours a day. He has no
because-
redeeming
I don't know,
aspect.
I mean, if Kara was the one who raised you too, you'd act like a douche as well.
Completely untrained.
Good point. But the thing is, Baby Yoda
Fair
is
enough.
a derivative Yoda that's a ripoff of Gizmo from Gremlins.
Yes, 100%.
Like it's not.
It's tapping into the ancient brain of women going, you want a baby, you want a baby, but instead they're going, oh yeah, it's a baby
Somebody-
Yoda,
well,
that's so cute.
Somebody asked if film it kind of relates to what's happened in the music industry as far as the degradation of the industry and the degradation of innovation and creativity. And yes, it absolutely matches it because it's just sampling other movies now.
Yeah.
And sampling themselves and not even the first time. We're at like the fifth or sixth time of sampling or paying homage, which is just ripping off. And
Well, if you're a filmmaker and you were inspired by Guardians of the Galaxy, you probably should just stop making movies.
Yeah, man.
Like
No, but they have nothing else. So you have AI, where one of the problems with AI is it eats its own information, and so it falls apart over time because it's eating its own flawed interpretation. But that's the same as people. That if they don't live your own life, you don't interact with things in the world. You're sitting in an office writing scripts, and the only inspiration you're getting is from other movies. And so as the movies will also degenerate in the same way because they're also getting inspired by those same movies.
Yeah, well, because they don't realize that this movie was inspired by this movie that inspired this movie that was inspired by a book from like forever ago. But if you don't know that, then like you said, yeah, it's a copy of a copy.
Supergirl
of a copy.
We're running out of ink.
It was a book ripping off another movie that was made into a movie that kind of ripped off the book and two other movies.
Yeah.
And
You're just
also-
a man trying to be a man. Pretending to be
That's where we are.
Bear in mind, when I say most, like it seems like vast majority of people in Hollywood, including the writers, aren't actually creative, people. They're not imaginative. Like what Disbury was saying, when they look at John Wick, they just think it was successful because of a dog. They don't understand the underlining reasons why the dog was important in John Wick, and so they end up just trying to copy the surface level stuff, making these, clone bullcrap, which is just like regurgitating.
Right.
crap.
They don't understand the emotional connection and what it actually means, the deeper meaning of the dog. They just go, it's a dog.
It's a dog.
Yep.
Let's throw a
They
dog
do
in.
surface level and that's it.
Spider-Man No Way Home, a flawed movie that I liked,
Yes.
but what really worked in the final act was the dynamic between the three Spider-Men. Right.
Yes.
And they actually had an emotional connection. It was something that was real. What Disney Marvel took away from that was cameos.
Cameos.
Yep.
Let's just
Yeah.
throw
Cameos.
Yes.
Like it's like they're just so thick that they can't see this stuff, but it's because they're just corporate pen pushers that are just after pushing their own career and stuff like that, and they
I'll
just
still-
end up regurgitating.
Well, I'll never not praise Willem Dafoe for going, bro, like we're not on the same level of villain. I don't know what these guys have been doing around here, but like I'm about to kill Aunt May, bro. And I was like,
Willem
yo,
Dafoe became the best MCU villain. He did.
Easily.
as Green Goblin.
That.
yo, like, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
But
Spider-Man.
all of the cast I've gotten to work with have been super open
Yeah.
and really lovely. Like Nicholas Hoult, David.
He's a gem. I love him.
He love him. Alan, who plays Gary the robot, was also there.
Funny man.
He's so funny. Yeah, so it's and Lars. We've had like a few people. Yeah.
Brainiac himself.
I wish if somebody would just say, this one guy, David Cornsweet, asshole, fucking prick. Just,
Yeah.
fix it up.
I mean, James has said on the record that you have a big role in the film. Were you surprised?
Okay, I've got to rewind that again. You just heard that right.
The film. Were you surprised, excited when you read the script and
Sorry.
you have a big role in the film? Were you surprised, excited when you read the script and saw how much you got to do?
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to keep doing it.
How are Clark and Kara doing? Is the relationship what we've seen before? Has it progressed?
I'm not gonna tell you things.
But we know that Man of Tomorrow's shooting, and you're a part of that.
Yeah.
What's it been like?
She's going to play a big role in Man of Tomorrow.
I like how she responded. He goes, aren't you excited for the night? You're like, I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
I hope I get to keep doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this forever. Yeah.
She always
Hey,
acts
get your
like
bag,
she
yeah.
is drunk or high or maybe
Yes.
mentally
Is she like that in
handicapped.
every
Maybe
but
interview?
it's,
Because
all
Every
the
single
time.
interview, she's like
because
this.
she's
yeah.
just like looking down at the floor. She's like, "Yeah, I'm so happy to
I feel
watch
like
this.
she was
I
acting in
love this."
Supergirl. I think that's really
That
how
might just
she
be
is.
her.
Yeah, just like
What she said, she gets anxiety whenever she does these interviews, so it's
just-
probably
just
coping.
like I think every
That's
Well,
celebrity
maybe
is
like Pedro
control.
Pascal and just
hang
feel
on,
up De Niro's co.
just like I think every celebrity is gay. Every one of them is on a cocktail of fucking pills.
That's true.
Like they all are for
Probably.
anxiety,
I'm
and they
just
get
like-
whatever the fuck they want, and they get it from the studio. So don't be
Just be like
surprised.
Pedro
about
You've
that.
been doing that
This
since
is
the
really
1901s.
This rollout, especially with her playing a big role as Superman, this really is feeling like their intention was that Superman would come out, it would be successful, followed up right by Supergirl, and their hope would it be just as successful. The next film, she's in the next Superman film as much as Superman, and then it seems like the intent was to replace Superman with Supergirl in the long run. That was what they wanted. And now they're just hitting a wall because guess what? Supergirl is never going to be more popular than Superman. She's a
No, that was the
Absolutely
plan.
not.
Shad, that was the plan. The plan was Superman, failure. Supergirl, also failure. Part of the plan. Okay.
Yes, part of the
And then
plan.
the third one, then
Let 'em cook.
audiences are going to show
So,
up.
Shad,
You know
Marvel
what's-
tried doing something very similar with Spider-Man. They tried to make Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, as like the next big Spider-Man character, and it failed. Nobody liked the character.
The
Over
thing
and
is,
over
though,
again.
Yeah.
a lot of
Sure,
people are
I
thinking.
got this.
A lot of people are thinking with Supergirl killing the guy at the end that in Superman they'd have some kind of moral quandary between the two of them and he would be teaching her something. It could just be the other way around, that she just lexes him about, because a lot of the way that
You won't do what
Gunn has
needs to be
pitched
done.
it is that he's subservient and everything and she sees the truth. Like she's not actually wrong in that situation. And so it could be, no, I'm going to try and convince Superman that he should be darker. He should be turned into a more killing person.
Well,
I've done the thing that I'll do the thing that you won't do so that I can keep people
Yes.
safe.
Well, you know who gives notes? Because James
Oh, I
Gunn
was wondering
famously
if you were gonna
doesn't
pull this
take
up.
notes from people and doesn't listen to actors like David Cornsweet, but he'll take them from his wife.
You want one of the first people to get to read James' scripts. I'm imagining. So, what kind of notes do you tend to give him back on his scripts? Like, what do you feel like you're good at, like pinpointing?
I think one of the best helps that I gave James, for instance, when he was writing season 2 of
So,
Peacemaker.
I'm going to give notes on writing and say the best helps that I give James.
Is my character
And I read the first.
Has she got like lip filler now? And
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is
Yeah,
an
that's
actress
getting
who
filled with
They've
some.
all got it. They've
this
all
is-
got it.
Listen, this is an actress who at best would get like a CSI guest star if it wasn't for marrying James Gunn, and now she's like the fucking Nick Fury of DCU.
This is a really awkward pause.
It really is, but that is some filler right there. That is big time filler. You can
Guys,
use those lips as like life
She probably had
preservers.
some autoimmune
On the
disorder,
cheeks.
guys. Let's be
Looks
nice.
so
Oh, yeah.
Great
Sensitive.
DSL.
Women,
disease.
for
Women,
instance, when he
this
was
is
writing.
ugly. Don't do it. Stop.
That I gave James, for instance, when he was writing season 2 of Peacemaker, and I read the first draft of like an earlier version of the story that he was coming up with. I was like, we haven't seen these characters for like 3 years by this time. We want to know what's been going on with the characters. Where have they been? You know, what's changed in their lives?
Your character was with another superhero to have sex with. So
She's like,
and I bet
my
you that's
note-
one of her notes. She's like, I want to fuck Joel Kinnaman.
yeah. My note is hardcore should have sex with like every male character and maybe some of the females too.
Yada yada yada, and I don't feel like we're jumping into the things that really what interests us about these characters. He ended up scrapping that and just started over new, and that's when he came up with the story about season 2 that we have now, and which was really grounded in the relationships, in the loss of Chris's brother, in what has happened to Harcourt's career, and how that
what's happened to Harcourt's career. Well, she
Nobody
had
cares.
sex with Peacemaker, and she had six, maybe 6 people had sex with her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
With
there was
Rick
a scene.
Flag.
Imagine bragging about pestering your husband enough that he threw out the first draft of his script.
has
guy-
changed.
And then he wrote a worse one.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but-
James Gunn.
It's her
Good
fault.
point.
Well done. Take credit for that piece.
Yeah, she's like, what was it like giving notes? Yeah, I just kept talking to him and he just threw away the whole first script. I don't know. He
Well,
started
right.
a whole different one.
James Gunn and his wife writing are just two women writing. That's all that it boils down to.
Who she is, and it really made for, I think, an incredibly dynamic season.
Really?
It was us. That
Dynamic.
was
Are you sure about
absolute
that?
crap.
Dynamically thrown into
Absolute
trash,
cinema.
maybe.
She's like, James,
no, we need to spend more time with these characters. Those characters are all pieces of crap. The only way Peacemaker would have worked if he was killing lots of people and kicking ass. He barely did that the entire season.
But it sounds like that's what the first draft was. She said it focuses on the relationships, not what they're doing, which implies the first one was about actions.
Right, so it was even worse. It's like the joke about, well, they decided to release Supergirl. What were they hiding with Batgirl?
Yeah.
Well, is Jennifer Holland going to give notes that, okay, in the future of the DCU, I want Harcourt to have sex with Martian Manhunter. I want
Superman for sure.
Maybe Dr. Fate, Superman for sure.
Yeah.
John
She was like, you're not taking me
Gold,
seriously when I say I
Plastic
want more
Man.
scenes with him. Like, John's a nice guy.
The
I
question-
promise, James.
What'd he do with that face?
I don't know. Plastic
Good question.
Man, I mean, you can understand.
Oh yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to figure that
Metamorpho.
Metamorpho, that'd be weird. But, I mean, he's there.
Her all along. Yeah.
She's into freaky stuff.
Lobo, Jason
My
Malobo.
man.
My man.
My man.
My man.
Brings Aquaman back, but just for a bedroom scene, and then he leaves again.
Yeah.
Jennifer Holland on Man of Tomorrow. I can tell you that I have seen an enormous portion of John Cena. I'm sorry, of the movie. And I am so excited for Man of Tomorrow. It is different. Don't want to say this. It might be James' my favorite movie of James.
Oh,
and I
gosh.
haven't seen the whole thing yet. I love the movie. I'm really excited for it. I feel like it's a step up to me. She hated Superman. She did because she wasn't in it.
Yeah.
For a lot of ways, I'm excited for people to see it, and he's not done filming it yet. Well,
is she in the movie?
She must be.
Apparently, I mean, yeah. There's no way that she would sit here and praise it that
sounds like
much
everybody's
if she
in-
They made
wasn't
him rewrite the
profiting.
entire script for season 2 of Peacemaker. Of course.
Sounds
she's
like
in this.
everybody's in the movie except for Hal Jordan, who's going to die.
Yeah.
in the
He dies in
Lantern series,
Lanterns.
which is in
Yeah.
2 months.
August 16th.
Not looking forward to it.
He's going to die like the DCU, but it's the dead cinematic universe.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of myself for that.
Imagine your husband's universally praised for his take on Guardians. She's like, I know this movie. This other stuff sucked, but this is the movie right
It's
here.
always the narrative of this is their best work yet. This is their best work yet. Whenever that becomes the point of conversation, you know it's going to be one of their worst yet, or it's going to be significantly worse than their best movie.
Yikes, bro.
Yeah. Oh, Garrett, well done on the DCU logo, by the way.
Hey, thank you.
Hell yeah.
You gave me the idea.
I tried to resist to say that for a long time, man. I had to wait till
But
it
it's
actually
right there.
happened. But it was right there.
Yeah.
I had to pick it up.
It has
Or pick-
arrived.
It has arrived. The DCU.
I will see with Man of Tomorrow, man, if she is in there and she is bossing him around at any fucking point.
Everyone else does.
You're right.
He's going to be
But the thing is,
subservient.
I think she's going to be.
You're right.
I think he's going to
Carol,
waste
you're
time
right.
keeping her from killing people. I think he's going to be like
Yes.
a babysitter.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And the
I do
Justice
like
Gang will
what
be
people have
okay
said,
with
though.
killing.
I do like what people said, though. It changes Superman that now when he's walking around getting really angry, where's the dog? Where's the dog? Just because Supergirl is going to come back and destroy Earth if he does not find.
She
It's
absolutely solidifies Lex Luthor's argument. She like she's terrible. They bring her in and somebody finds out that she killed a bunch of people. Well, then Lex has a point.
Yep.
Right.
He does.
And then he becomes
Remember-
president at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
James Gunn loved Zack Snyder's universe. That was his. He can
they're
say
gonna
all
do
day
that.
long, but his Superman was inspired by All Star Superman. Said almost exact same quote that Zack Snyder said about his Superman.
Yep.
Brightburn
Well, Gary.
flat out told you what he thought about Superman as a character and what he'd like to see. He may not have directed it, but he
When the head of DC Studios doesn't know the middle name of Clark Kent and then says, I can't crack Superman until I looked at my dog, I mean, that's kind of a red flag.
I watched my dog shitting on the carpet and I was like, that's it? Dog shit. I now know what to do with this.
Accurate. Trained dog.
That'll
How did I
subvert
not think about it
expectations.
before? Yeah. What if I write a potentially bad script? No one will see that coming.
It baffles me how you can get paid millions and millions of dollars. Like, let's fathom it. Millions and millions of dollars to write and direct a movie about Superman and not do the bare minimum research and know what his name is. That just tells me about his entire scope of everything he's working on. He does not know anything else other than the top level of he's Superman.
It's not about Superman. It's not about Clark Kent. It is about changing the perception to these characters, putting their idealism of heroes attached to heroes that we already know. Like that's all it is, because they couldn't tell their own stories, their own ways. They couldn't make anything original. So they have to hijack what we know and change it over time. It's not, they don't need, that's Kevin Feige has been telling how many directors for how many years, don't look at the source material, write your own thing. Lucasfilm, and we got the same thing. Kathleen Kennedy tells Leslie Headland, I want to see your Star Wars story. What are you talking about?
Right. Nobody's interested in your superhero story or your interpretation or your new modern version. People want what they know. And sure, there are tiny little things that you could slightly change or slightly alter. It's like George R.R. Martin with the depiction of Viserys in it. Those writers were able to do justice to that character while keeping the essence of the character, not changing any of these large details about it. But someone like James Gunn, they do the bare minimum amount of research and work because they're not trying to actually tell you this character story. They're just going, this is what I think of Superman based off of all of these other Superman movies I've watched, because they've never picked up a comic book in their lives. And so they're like, well, this is what the fans want, even though it's not.
Well, James Gunn is the guy that wrote
Superman.
James Gunn.
It's the same thing with Netflix's Last Airbender Avatar show. It was costumes and set pieces only, nothing else with it. And it's the same thing with the Odyssey. So it seems.
And The Witcher.
James Gunn is the friend that you go, oh man, have you read that new Superman comic? He goes, no, guy, I'm reading Guy Gardner. Okay. That's my guy. I read Crazy Quilt #5. I know you guys didn't do it, but I read that. And that's how he gets off on saying he's a comic book fan. And then he'll take these characters and do whatever he wants with them. So, you know, I mean, he basically got praised for it with the Guardians, because the Guardians are nothing like the comic book characters. So
but nobody cared then. It wasn't Superman level. Now it's Superman level, and people give a shit. Not that the Guardians aren't cared by some people, but like the vast majority of people didn't know who they were, so he could talk with them.
If we go back to him not knowing Clark's middle name, and some of the cope was, who knows Clark Kent's middle name? The head of DC Studios should fucking know.
Yeah,
I agree.
If anybody
Clark Kent has a middle name.
That's an old clip. I don't know how I fucking missed it.
And if
Yeah,
you
that's from
don't
last
know,
year,
then you hire
there's
people
that
that
many
do
clips.
know.
Yeah,
Gary.
exactly.
Because there's that
a lot.
much.
His
a lot.
Batman takes are even worse, and people thought that was just a joke. I'm like, that's really him. That's what he thinks about, like the Dark Knight and Batman as a character. This guy like is a joke when it comes to comic book stuff.
But if the cope is like, who expects him to know like Clark Kent's like Superman's middle name, he does, because he even says in that same interview, I handed it off to you so that I didn't have to admit I didn't know. So he was trying to hide, the shame of it.
He lied right after that and tried to save it for the edit. You know, it's a joke, but like that just gives me like, he's always lying constantly about all this shit, bro.
And now the movie's a flop. The DCU is very dead. It is very, very dead. There is like Man of Tomorrow has to be Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, well, it's not.
It has to be the best superhero movie we've ever seen.
And it's not going to be.
Godfather Part 2. It has to be like the greatest sequel ever made. Problem is, it's based on a horrible foundation. But once the page gets turned for Supergirl, we got another movie coming up in a couple of weeks. It's a couple of people are talking about right now, and that's the Odyssey. Christopher Lins, it's a damn shame Jeremy isn't here to talk about the Odyssey, but we're going to talk about the massive ratio it got on its trailer, which is It was bad when it was approaching ratio. When it was just a lot of dislikes. But now it's like, it's insane. This is worse than the fucking Harry Potter. This is all, I think, percentage-wise, it's worse than the Rings of Power.
Woof.
Oof. For me, Rings of Power is one of the worst, most heartbreaking examples of something being taken and twisted around. Because I love Lord of the Rings and Tolkien's work so much. But I mean, there's a lot of people that care about the Odyssey too and love the Odyssey. Millions and millions of people. So of course, people are not going to respond positively to this.
I'm wondering how successful, like, we feel like it's going to be hugely successful, and it probably will be, but now I'm just starting to doubt that a little bit. Well, I could be completely wrong, but how many people could, like, it needs to hit outside the bubble, right? It needs to hit the, you know, the normie audience to really, you know,
like Supergirl
get
did.
the numbers.
I would argue it kind of has, but not as bad as Supergirl. But I think, I mean, you're asking a very good question, because the answer is, for me is I don't know. This will be a good way to tell, like, what's the internet and what's the real world.
Yeah,
right?
it's
to be as fair as possible.
Yeah, because
I don't think it's gonna fucking flop.
I don't think so.
I have to see it flop before I'm gonna admit it's gonna flop. And
there's enough people that don't understand any of this, don't pay attention to any of it, will just watch whatever Nolan puts out, whatever bland, boring shit he puts out, and it'll make a lot of money.
Right, because the Odyssey is a foundational work. There's going to be a lot of people who are just going to blindly go and see it because it is called the Odyssey. Therefore, it most likely is going to be successful, at least to a certain extent.
Yeah. And there's going to be some excusing. Hey, sorry, I'll get right back to you, Shad. I will, because I know what point you're going to make, and it's a good one. But there's going to be people excusing things like Emily Wilson getting brought up multiple times as a source for this movie, a possible source, and you know, and acknowledging the race swaps, but going, it still might be good anyway because it's Nolan. Nolan's fan base. You think Snyder Bros and Gun Gooners combined are insignificant compared to Nolan's fan base, and they are very passionate. So we're gonna, and there's gonna be some conflicting behavior, I think, with this, and that's why it's gonna be fun. That's what this is gonna be, a shit show, unless the movie's just fucking epic, which it could.
Hey,
so
hopefully
that'd be cool. Chad, go on.
That's what I'm wondering, if Nolan's fan base and the people who are they're keyed in, they want to see, the Odyssey brought to life, if that's going to be enough to hit it, make it billion. It might be. I honestly do not know, because on its own, historical epics have not had a great track record, even from Troy. How successful was that? And like, we're well past the days of when Braveheart came out, right? And that was a phenomenal movie, and that
Gladiator,
and Gladiator. But then you have other movies that, just based on it being a historical epic, there wasn't a huge amount of interest. Russell Crowe's Robin Hood, right? And other things where, like, it's made me wonder if this is going to reach that normie audience. But maybe Nolan has enough of strength of word of mouth and enough of a fan base that it will, and it probably will. It probably will. I've just have questions now.
This is Hollywood's big play. Our best director, our best guy with the biggest story, throwing it out there and doing everything that counteracts what people have been saying about us doesn't work. And if this makes money, they will run victory laps all up and down the coast going, we did it. We own the chuds. They were wrong. They couldn't do it. Our method works. They need it to work.
The motivation behind the casting was to take a shot at the chuds.
I mean, I kind of wanted to succeed then, because if all the other, studios see, we can get away with diverse casting, and it's like, no, this is going to be the exception to the rule. If you guys want to,
they don't
double
see it
down,
that way.
They won't see it that way.
It doesn't matter.
It's all for the
just
narrative.
need a win. It's just like what's happening right now with Marvel. They're going to make well over $1 billion with Spider-Man. They go, guys, look at that, we're back. And then they're going to swing for the fences with Doomsday, and they're going to go, as long as people are talking about it, as long as we movie, it looks good, and people are, coming to the theater for the cameos, we can say it's a win and we can move on to the next thing. Like they're just taking swings right now because they don't have anything else to do. They're just throwing haymakers and hoping something lands because they know they're getting to the end of the round and they don't really have much left.
Yep. And Nolan is trying to reinforce Hollywood's beliefs, their religious beliefs, and his motivation behind that casting, which he had everything to do with, he signs off on, is no different than casting Black Elves in Rings of Power and Black Snape.
Oh yeah, it's completely ideological.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This has to succeed.
Like, how many people do you think that diverse casting is turning off of the film, though? It feels like, especially with this recent ratio, that it's harming it. Will it mean it'll bomb? No, I don't think so. But
no, it's not going to bomb.
They're being real secretive about it. They're only showing her for like a fucking flash.
On purpose.
Like they're not showing her as a character.
That's on purpose.
The tell with this movie is if it hits over $1 billion. That's the tell. Mm-hmm. Because they're expecting that this is going to be $1 billion hit. They're going to say Hollywood is back, baby. Anything under $1 billion is a loss. This will make its money back, absolutely. But that's the tell. Like, we're not dealing with Supergirl numbers here.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but it will be interesting because you will be able to work out how much the Barbenheimer meme actually helped Oppenheimer, because no one expected Oppenheimer to do that well. So this is him having to stand on his own feet with his own movie. And you can argue the box office is people's perception before they go into the cinema, but also how they feel about it coming out on the other side. I think that'll actually be where the race swaps and things affect it more, because it's like, how immersed are you in this setting, which just doesn't make any sense. This is supposed to be ancient Greece, but it looks like modern day. They're speaking in modern day language. I think how satisfied people are with the story, that's what will be affected by that.
So go back to that one, the previous one, real quick, Garrett.
This one.
So the funny thing about this is from Global Box Office, whatever. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey countdown trailer has become the most disliked Hollywood trailer since the trailer for Snow White with Rachel Zegler. Now, the fact that you have these two images put together in any comparison anywhere is fucking insane. We'll go up a little bit. I want to read the rest. The Odyssey now has an estimated 80% dislikes, while Snow White had 95%.
Shit.
But dude, like, even
That's
if
crazy.
it was approaching ratioed again, that's insane for a Nolan film. Now, again, it's just the internet. We do need to discuss that, and in just a second, we'll start going over the dislike extension and how it basically aggregates the dislikes, because there's a good argument to be made that the dislikes could be higher. It just depends. It just depends. But what was the next thing you were going to show?
Well, I mentioned that they're kind of keeping her under wraps. They're not showing her a whole lot. They actually just released a scene.
This is an actual scene.
It's an actual scene from the movie, everybody.
From the Odyssey. Here we go.
This is exclusive.
I didn't do nothing.
Oh.
I asked to buy Kool-Aid, food stamps, and y'all said you don't do that no more, but I gotta get my nails done.
Oh my gosh.
You're changing it up a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
You're changing up a little bit.
Huff, by the way, on X. Hail Huff. I got to give credit to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. We had a phone call a while back, and he's all, the trailer was doing fine until they showed Helen of Troy, so as soon as they show up, this thing could get ratioed, and that's exactly what happened, because the trailer was, it's not good, but it was fine till the end when they show Elliot Page in the worst fucking shot possible that just made a bunch of thumbnails, and will continue. I think it just made Drinker's thumbnail with that like knife tour neck. And listen, with Elliot Page, Drinker mentioned this in the video. As an adult, as an individual adult, you do what you want if you're of age. I don't care. I won't. You can do what you want as long as it makes you happy. That's fine. The one thing I will not do is participate in your fantasies. I will not deny reality.
Right.
So I'm not gonna call it a her. I don't have to call it a man. I could just say it or call it Elliot, but I am not gonna fucking play that game ever, because that's denying my reality. That's me giving an inch to 2 + 2 = 5. Again, nobody had a problem with drag queens or trans people before. It's when they started compelling us to deny basic truths and support it. There's tolerance, and then there's I have to support. I have to be an ally. I don't have to do shit. And most listen, our base condition is when people tell us to do something, we don't want to do it. We just don't want to do it.
Force acceptance is what they want.
Yeah, and that is
my response. Acceptance. I think they got acceptance at some point in the 2000s era, and then at some point they passed that and wasn't enough. They had to continue, and this is the same thing with all activism. Once you get what you're activism, what you're trying to get out of activism, then you have nothing to do. So you have to continue.
Yeah, so you have to move the
you didn't actually get. We need to fight. We need to fight more. We need to force people to accept our reality.
Well, and a lot of it is that they make money.
You want to be over there.
Well, that's part of it is that they make money.
Money's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing. But
it's also away. They don't make money anymore. So that's
it's also about getting
goalpost.
It's also about getting off on the power of it, though. Like convincing someone to agree with you is one form of power. But if I can make you say something that I know you don't believe because it is so stupid, that is ultimate power. Now you can convince people of anything.
And their motivation behind that is deep-seated insecurity. They need to feel power whenever they can.
Yes.
Instead, if you're comfortable in your skin, then you're not compelling anybody to do anything because you don't give a fuck. You don't give a shit. You know,
as long as there's one person that isn't willing to validate me, I have a cause. Like that's the attitude,
Right. They want to have this power and they want to force people to listen to them and live by their lifestyle, and they want that level of respect, even, if they're not doing anything special. They want to be validated all of the freaking time.
You're going to let me wear a dress and open my legs in front of your children and read a book to them because that would be accepting.
See, that's the kind of that's where your argument.
I don't want you to do that, Garrett.
Lost every time. If you are an individual who wants to do this stuff without minding your own fucking business, nobody's gonna fuck with you.
You bring up kids, you fucked up.
You cross
the
line.
If you're
get in the children, it's
if you're just living your life and doing what you want, as long as you're not doing anything that harms anybody else, then that's one thing. But when queer Marxism starts being pushed into society, people start having a problem with it, and that is the point that we have hit, where we have to constantly counter these people because they constantly push more and more and more onto everybody else. And then if you do not do what they want, or you do not push their beliefs and you do not validate them, they label you as an enemy and they target you, and that has what has led to so much cancel culture and everything that we've seen happen. Even political violence
all the way to that.
So Nolan is either helping a friend. I don't know how close of a friend he was to Elliot Page. That could be one argument. The other argument can be he's reinforcing a belief, and I think it's no more evident that you bring in a character that wasn't in the Odyssey at all, and that's who Elliot Page is playing, Sinan, who's in a completely different poem.
I still think the funniest situation, because he says how he's not on the internet and all that, he doesn't do emails and stuff. If he actually just didn't know, and he's just like, "Can you get that actress from this movie over here?" And they went, "Okay," and then he had to find a position in the movie. That would be.
Hey, I don't know if you heard, but she's a dude. What?
Minos is a bit of a difference.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah. So. And again, Lupita Nyong'o and Elliot being in this is making people overlook Zendaya as Athena,
and John whatever is
and John Leguizamo and Travis Scott. Is that his name?
Travis Scott.
Yes. Rapper.
I forgot about Travis Scott. Damn it!
The poems and rap are the same thing, or whatever the fuck.
They're analogous.
Listen to rap. Stop.
I mean, Christopher Nolan sucks.
Well, this is the thing, right? If I wasn't
for a long time.
If I wasn't reviewing media and things like that, and I was just a normie seeing the trailers, seeing what's coming out, I would have been checked out of this film. I first would have been on board. I was like, Odyssey, let's go. But I've seen enough crap that I'll be like, screw this film, don't need to watch it.
When I first heard, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. I can't wait.
Too. I was like, fuck yeah, that's the guy to do it. And man, was I wrong.
Right? And I just wonder how many people that has happened to by now with all the crap that this film has done to
most
itself.
People,
dude,
I think a lot of people don't know.
He's
they just heard
you. He's making you think that he's a good freaking director. He's not. His stories are boring. They're boring. They've always been boring.
Prestige was good.
He's just
he has not made a good movie in 13 years.
He's
had some good movies. The arguments of him being a bit overrated, yes, I think so. I think his films are sterile. They lack levity, and I'm not sure he's the right guy to do the Odyssey. The Odyssey should be done in the spirit of Jason and the Argonauts from Ray Harryhausen. That's the kind of that makes it a fun movie. And I know it's not
magic
a fun story, but you can make it a little more fun. All right.
I don't
and really
want,
lean into the supernatural.
Yeah, I don't want your grounded in reality garbage bullshit.
No.
I want fucking skeleton people and cyclopses and weird ass creatures coming out the wall and stuff. That's what I want.
Jason and the Argonauts right fucking now. That movie's fucking great.
That's a great movie.
Yes.
It's a good movie,
I got to
man.
meet Harryhausen right before he died. One of the better moments of my life. Right before
awesome.
Con opened, he was just sitting there by himself, and I'm like, I can't pass this up. So hopefully I'm not
That's
annoying
somebody
him.
that had heart, that had creativity, some magic in him, and he was able to imbue that into his stop motion characters and his films that he made. And Nolan is a sterile, by the numbers, grounded reality fucker that just everything he does is just timey-wimey bullshit, and I'm so tired of it. And people just go, "Oh, you're such this pinky's
The
out.
gods
You're
were
so
present
good.
and everything.
You're
It's
so
like, yeah,
good."
we can just have fucking show up and talk to people.
I wish Jeremy was here. We'd be having such a great argument right now.
It'd be explosive.
Nolan is the best filmmaker ever in existence.
So
I like it's undeniable.
some of Nolan's
in,
films.
In Jeremy's defense, Jeremy's a fan of Nolan, so that's fine.
Yeah, there's
like
nothing
he's
wrong with that.
open, and that's great. And he's the biggest star in Hollywood. That's undeniable. So I think it was Tyrone Magnus. I'll know Cameron is. I'm like, when Cameron makes more movies that aren't like blue furries, we can have that conversation. If he was more consistent, I would agree. I would say there was two. But right now, there's Christopher Nolan, who consistently makes movies that are profitable. And if you bring up Tenet, dude, that came out when everybody thought you were going to die of a cold. Every theater was shut down, and it still made $330 million worldwide.
I like Tenet. I might be one of the only people.
You
but that's
are
okay.
the only one.
I like
now,
Tenet.
if you listen to it in mono, you might be able to understand what's going
and
on.
you turn it down like 30 dB, you might be able to keep your eardrum.
That was, my biggest complaint was the fucking audio mixing.
Fucking
It's
Interstellar.
horrible.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there.
it is really bad.
I'm at home watching Interstellar, trying to make heads or fucking tails of that ending, and which apparently I have to read a book to understand. I had to turn it up and down every time when somebody was talking. I had to turn it up and then turn it down immediately if there's a sound effect coming, or my house would have blown up from the subwoofer.
Like, I've heard that. I don't know if this is true or not, that he does that like intentionally or whatever. I'm like, that's bad. You're intentionally
it's
bad.
garbage.
His attitude and the way that because he talked about it in The Dark Knight Rises is that he doesn't think that dialogue is as important as the audience feeling something, and so the intent is that even if you don't know what they're saying, you can feel what they're saying. That was the whole point. And it was a stupid point then.
That's
a stupid point now.
I'm trying to understand what he's saying, then my brain goes out of the movie, and
he's like, nobody cares what Bane is saying. You'll get the intent when he, I
was blinded. Flip that ratio again.
What did you say? Like, well,
you really said that? Because that is so stupid.
That is really.
That sounds like something James
we
Gunn
gotta
would
find
say.
that.
That's
dude.
his attitude. His attitude is that he's like, it doesn't matter if you can't understand what Bane is saying, because what matters is the intent behind it and that you feel it.
But how do you know
What
the
they
intent
say
if you can't understand it?
Guys,
I got ears.
He wrote
gotta
a
be able to
script
hear
where the
after.
main character is called the protagonist. This guy doesn't give a fuck what you think about his movies because he thinks he's right. He called
That's
him the
true.
protagonist. He doesn't give him a fucking name. He made that movie and he didn't give his main character a fucking name. He called him the protagonist.
He's a bad
And he released
writer.
it during
He's
COVID. And then he
He's
told you
an
guys,
auteur.
it's stupid that you guys want to watch this on digital. Watch it in theaters.
Which movie was that he didn't write the name?
Tenet, isn't it?
Tenet.
Tenet?
It's called the
He's called the
protagonist.
protagonist.
Yeah.
So he's the kind of director that makes people feel like they're watching an auteur. He's like an auteur for normies. That's what he
Yes.
is.
For Jeremy.
I mean,
No, this is always
because he's not here, and I know he's listening.
I know. He'll
love
be like,
Jeremy.
Ryan's in the back seat going, yeah, fuck him.
This has always been a thing, though, that there is a tactic that people use to, if it's like, well, I want to appear more intelligent than I actually am, you could just write something that doesn't make any sense, and then people think, well, I didn't understand it, it must be really smart. And that's happened to a lot of stories, especially Time Warp stories.
And Americans hear the British accent and they go, "Oh, complicated story."
Yes,
this
must be smart. I mean, and let's be real, they're right most of the time, but
most of the time,
yeah, most of the time. So the ratio for those of you listening on Spotify later on, the trailer that came out day before yesterday is currently sitting at 52,000 upvotes to 277,000 dislikes. Downvotes. I see Garrett played his part, so did I. And that's insane. So I think it was going that way anyway, but then Asmongold had a clip come out and it doubled like within an hour.
Good.
And then it just didn't stop.
Because that doesn't mean it's kind of organic. If that's just mostly Asmongold's audience downvoting it, I don't know.
Yeah, but they are customers. Like, they still matter.
Right, they are. They are people that maybe would have gone and watched this, large Greek myth, but the problem is that it's a modern retelling of it. It's a narrative-driven pile of slop, and things like race swaps killed it. And so these people that might have gone and watched it see all of these different elements throughout the teasers and trailers, and then they go, you know what? I'm actually not going to go and see it, and then leave their downvote.
Yeah,
these might have been people who just knew a little bit of information about it, but not the full picture.
The race swaps act as a red flag. So
Yes.
when we saw them with the Rings of Power, we're like, well, if they're willing to take liberties here, where else are they going to take liberties? And we
Exactly.
found out they took all the liberties. So you have the race swaps, and then you have Emily Wilson being brought up once. Okay. Being brought up twice. I don't know. Zendaya showing off the book. Fuck. It's going to be mostly her translation. I would be surprised if it wasn't. And
But
this is
she is someone which is specifically spoken about how her translation is meant to be updated for the modern audience, easy to understand, so it can go into universities and teach new students about it. And so things like daddy and that kind of stuff is exactly the kind of attitude she would have towards it.
And we saw the same thing with Rings of Power. We saw the involvement of bad robot rejects. We saw the race swaps, and then we saw the Tolkien scholars that they were talking to, and they were all fucking woke Tolkien scholars. And the Tolkien Society had that fucking horrid 2020 or 2021 seminar where they talked about fucking transgenderism and
Gondor
Tolkien.
transition.
And all this.
Yeah, so
crap.
I mean, it's the same thing, right? There was still plausible deniability until the show came out, but once I saw that stuff, I'm like, okay, I know where we're going with this. Pattern recognition, but we're just not used to it with Christopher Nolan, who doesn't need to play these games, and decided to for some reason. Odd for the Odyssey comes out in 2 weeks. I think Chris said he's seeing it early.
Counting the days.
Chris said he's seeing it early, so we'll get an early reaction from him. Some people have seen it, and I think they are starting to talk about it. One guy said it's the greatest movie ever made. Who knows?
I think that's really going to determine if this movie does well. If it's actually like to the normie audience, a home run and they love it, word of mouth, I think, could mitigate the damage it's already hit. But if it's average to bad, I'm kind of wondering. Like,
I think he's going to make money no matter what. I don't think this loses money. I think he's too big of a name.
Yeah,
this isn't going to lose money.
Yeah.
No.
That's his most expensive movie. So it's $250 million budget. And I'm imagining a couple $100 million in marketing for this one. I think a lot went into marketing for this one. They're building horses.
Needs what?
He's hiding a lot of stuff in the trailers. Like, there's nothing that he's not showing anything off. Because I think he's trying to hide everything, because I don't think he wants anything leaked. You know, if you had watched,
yeah,
the Dark
God
Knight
forbid someone
Rises-
spoils the Odyssey.
Well, but that's the thing, though. Just like what happened,
be a little different.
What happened with the Dark Knight Rises? Everyone went, "That's Talia al Ghul." He goes, "It's not Talia al Ghul. I promise it's not her." He hid it from everybody, and then guess what? The big twist was it's Talia al Ghul. And we're like, "Yeah, we called it in the beginning, dude. Like, we already knew." Yep, but it made the movie worse because he lied and told everybody it wasn't. So I think
Just
his whole thing
don't
is
say anything.
You know,
Odysseus will return at Avengers Doomsday.
So it needs to make what 800 million to break even. This film.
Yeah, most likely.
Somewhere, yeah.
how much do you
But it
want to
needs to
bet?
hit it needs to get to $1 billion. That's what
How much do you want
Hollywood
to
needs to see.
bet at the end of the film, when Odysseus is slaying the suitors, that he gets like overpowered and his wife saves him at the very end of the movie?
She's gonna hold up that bow,
100%.
and shoot them all.
They will
100%.
probably do that.
She's gonna be like, the suitor that I'm gonna marry, shoot through these axes, and then she's gonna shoot it, and then she's gonna marry herself.
I'm
Yeah.
shooting
Nina
from
Sarkeesian.
Yeah, Nina Sarkeesian. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday wedding.
It's always so great when we get to hear that name, isn't it?
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Oh man,
She's the
Days of yore.
Kim Belair is up there now too.
Ken Belair, yeah.
Yeah, some of the worst names you could hear in the day.
Mhm.
Is it Zoe Quinn's name
Zoe
been brought
Quinn.
up because
Yeah.
the game's
Yeah,
about to
we
get people
killed
killed?
it.
Well, she's
Yes.
actually responsible for people dying. So
Yeah,
Well,
she's
that
probably
is
the worst of
true,
the
but
lot.
Zoe Quinn is affiliated with State of Decay 3. So now her name is being brought back up. Anita Sarkeesian, she married herself and killed off Feminist Frequency, and she's lurking in the
Took
shadows.
a bunch of money, by the way.
Right. She worked
She's
on
still
Slay the
involved,
Spire
yeah.
too, and then a couple months ago that sparked a big, discussion about it. But I mean, even Kim Belair is pretty silent right now, probably because the Xbox cash cow is dried up because they were receiving a lot of money for Xbox for all of the games that they were helping on.
Well, Xbox is pretty fucked at this point anyway.
Oh yeah, it is.
Xbox, Sony, they're all fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Xbox canceled. I mean, annually they were spending $1 billion on third-party games, and that's all paused right now.
PC white
Smart.
supremacy.
Mhm.
I've
Yeah,
been saying
classic.
it. If you want to rinse it, you just start firing people. Just let them all go. Yep.
Monday.
Hey, how much money did you make last year? I didn't make any. You're fired.
Yeah,
Get
it
out.
is Monday.
Yep. Monday is supposed to be what is being described as the biggest wave of layoffs in the industry's history, which I find that hard to believe because last year, who was it? There was a wave of 9,000. Yeah, Microsoft. It was like
Microsoft.
9,000 layoffs.
Do you think it's going to be over under that?
I personally,
I sure
and
hope
like
so.
weeks ago, didn't think that it was going to be higher than that. I believe that they're going to match it now.
I hope
I think it's
I
going to
they
be
think it's
cut
more.
that thing to
Yeah.
the quick, bro.
Yeah.
I hope so many people lose their
Good.
jobs. Yep.
Bye bye,
Down to the bone marrow.
losers.
If I accidentally fired you and you're actually good at your job, fucking reapply for it and I'll hire you by your
Yep.
own merit. But
Play
like, I
stupid
hope,
games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I hope it's a
So what
bloodbath.
do you do here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
that's what
people
each-
person, damn it.
Yeah. What's your, you guys running that whole, what do you do here? Like, what's your job?
What happened
No,
to
but that's how
Odin?
Elon filtered people. He just said, "What 3 things that you did last week?" And
Yeah.
it's your job to justify your own thing, and it
Yeah.
beats all the kind of standard interview techniques and everything.
Yeah. It's
Did
absolutely
Odin's
wonderful.
internet die, X-Ray Girl?
Oh,
A
His
windstorm.
house is out.
Power went
He
out.
said
It
a-
actually
he
a
said
really
a
bad
wi- yeah.
storm.
A windstorm
Like,
hit his house
It
and
is.
knocked
It
out
is
his
pretty
internet.
bad. If you want
He's
to
embracing
see.
his Amish
put a
lifestyle.
video up.
finally.
Hey,
Proud of him.
Oh,
Holy crap.
Oh my
Dang.
gosh. Never mind. I feel bad now.
sorry.
Yeah.
Odin.
Yeah, you
Poor
were like,
Odin.
win, Steve.
You are,
What are you
yeah.
going to get
Yeah.
knocked
Like, yeah,
over?
A little bit of rain.
Yeah.
Down. Oh my God. Like, that's a torrential
different.
downpour.
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yikes.
Wendy. Oh, the
Yeah,
weather's
a little windy, just a tad.
great
Yeah.
here in Wisconsin, but it's not terrible. I wish it was hotter. I do.
Summer
No.
sucks. Winter best.
Summer.
Isn't it- we just had like a whole
rules.
heat wave.
So
It's
Like,
still
I'm
going
pretty sure
on
we're
here.
sharing
Oh,
enough
no,
weather.
sucks.
We're sharing enough weather. I'm pretty sure it was really warm for a second there. Don't do that. to
It
me.
was.
90 degrees is too hot.
I'm just
man.
across the
It was
lake
like
from you.
90 degrees.
110 this past 3 days here.
If it was
91 in
110, I'd
Texas.
just, yeah, I'd probably just.
All right, let's do a
I'd turn
couple
my-
quick
I
stories.
Minecraft.
just.
Let's do a
I'd
couple quick
Minecraft
stories
myself.
before we lose a chunk of the audience because we're going to go over Doomsday Spoilers. Fuck it. But we will warn you, right? If you really don't want the movie ruined for you, we will warn you before we get into them. But
Yep.
honestly, I think this is a public service. And
Yeah.
honestly, I've already told you a bunch of this stuff.
I mean,
so
from like they say the entire plot is leaked. I read it. If you're worried about getting spoiled, you're not going to be missing much.
No, yeah, you're not.
You're not missing
I can
anything.
miss much.
you're going to be
Holy
wondering,
crap.
how are they making a movie about this where there's any interpersonal reaction between the characters? Like how?
I mean,
I had the same
We'll
thoughts
get
about
to
it that
it.
I had with James Gunn, though, of where is the heroism? These are supposed to be superheroes.
Yep,
and
we'll
it's
get to it. We'll
eradicated.
get to it.
But if people are worried about spoilers, if you got pissed off with Loki and the TVA, you will despise Doomsday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll just say that.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But first, some good news, because a show that I like quite a bit got some good news this week. It turns out that it probably had nothing to do with the reaction that they saw online, where everybody revolted and said they were going to stop watching the show if Tom Hardy left. Tom Hardy is returning to Mobland for season 3 after issues resolved, paving the way for renewal. And apparently the issues were between Helen Mirren and Tom Hardy, but Helen Mirren just made a statement about a week ago going, no, he's lovely. I get it. Like he's an actor. She's been around. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think they just worked it out. And I'm pretty sure Pierce Brosnan and fucking Helen Mirren just sat him down and said, listen, we get it, kid. All right. And he's like, Tom Hardy's worth the trouble. He's that good of an actor, in my opinion.
Yeah,
There's
he
certain
is.
people who like aren't worth the trouble. I think he is.
Also, one of the articles kind of suggested it wasn't his fault, because they said one of the issues came, like the delays came, because he wanted to talk about the script. But the script writer has taken so many different jobs, he wasn't on set to actually engage with him about the script. So only when the head guy was on there for the first season did he have the power to sort it out. If you've got a guest director, you're just kind of stuck because your actor now won't act and there's no one you can talk to change it. And so it seems like a lot of it was other people, not him, because you have to engage with your actors if they have a problem.
And that's a little bit of a problem with these streaming series. Now, Mobland's different because it's going to come out every year. It doesn't require special effects. But when you have writers that are working on fucking One Piece or Avatar or whatever, I wouldn't call those writers, but it's an example, that take 2 or 3 years between seasons, and that mucks up everybody's fucking schedules. So you're seeing streamers trying to find a way to get their shows out faster because they know it's brutal to wait 2 or 3 years, and you can't really fucking do that anymore. We'll find out with House of the Dragon, something Shad and I cover, that generally was seen as positive on the internet anyway.
A lot of people have liked it.
And it was terrible. It had its moments, but it was terrible.
I mentioned that in our review. I think I said for a normie audience, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy.
Yeah, lots of dragons.
The surface level. It's got dragons. It's dynamic. Things are changing. People die.
We'll see by the end. We'll see by the end of the series.
Yeah, it's one of those things that on a surface level you enjoy it, but as soon as you start thinking about it, that's going to really damage its long-term kind of nostalgia appreciation.
Yes, if you don't know the source material, then it's probably just a very interesting dragon family drama filled show. But when you actually kind of know the material and you know the changes that they're making, especially with their biggest set pieces like the one that this season started with, it really, really bothers you.
And why they changed it. The motivation behind the
changed it.
change
Yeah.
is a very Hollywood motivation. But it's great that Tom Hardy's back. And I can't wait for Mobland season 2, which we should be getting towards the end of the year, along with the Gentleman season 2, which took too long to make.
Ooh, that took way too long.
That took way too long, but
when is the next season of Landman out? That's what I want to know.
Later this year. Every year. It comes out every year. Taylor Sheridan gets his shit on time.
That's awesome.
And has recently been crapping on all of Hollywood for the way they do things compared to him.
Well,
Yeah.
why wouldn't he?
That too.
I mean, all's that guy, he's a money printing machine.
Yeah.
Taylor Sheridan blasts Access Media critics. I love that. Marvin. Hell yeah. Access Media critics and Hollywood executives. Fuck them, honestly. And this is not different what he said on Joe Rogan a while back. But Taylor Sheridan has built one of the most successful television empires in modern Hollywood. Dude, the only comparison would be, oh my God, he's got a famous daughter who was an actress. Aaron Spelling. The only thing you can compare him to is like Aaron Spelling, back in the day, of how like successful this guy is, particularly in this environment. Particularly with Paramount Plus, a streamer that is not even in the, I think maybe it's in the top 5 for subs here in America, but it dominates when his shows come out.
Yeah.
The creator of Yellowstone, Landman, Tulsa King, Lioness, not a fan of, Mayor of Kingstown, got to see that one. 1923, bad second season. The Madison, wasn't interested in it at all. But Dutton Ranch, I liked. has become one of Paramount's most valuable creative partners that he let go, but that they let go, by the way. And during a recent appearance on Bill Simmons, fucking Bill Simmons. Yeah, whatever. Former ESPN guy, when ESPN wanted to try to get, what's the name of his site again? It is, Chad will know. But affiliate with ESPN for a little while when they wanted to dabble in pop culture. This guy's a fucking woke idiot. He made an abundantly clear he has little interest in pleasing critics, chasing awards, or listening to Hollywood executives. The Ringer. Thank you, chat. The reason I want to bring up Bill Simmons, the fucking Ringer, is the fucking Ringer is the fucking assholes who came out with that clip about me and Drinker being definitive. By the way, they said, they didn't say we think they're racist. They are racist. And they had to take it down like very quick.
Wow.
But I got it, motherfuckers. I still got it. I might roll it up. It was for the Acolyte. So fuck this twat. But yeah, here it is.
No, I don't know if the audio works because it's Spotify. Let's see. Oh, we might have to watch it.
Black Lives Matter.
Season 2. That's when you were going to need her. So
And I told her, when I met with Demi about that, I said, look, here's the thing. You're going to be an extra in this show for 7 episodes. You're an extra. And the critics are going to fuck. They are going to come after me. I'm underutilizing this. Can't write for women. All this nonsense. And then I'm going to kill your husband and you're going to have to run the oil company.
So they're talking about Demi Moore.
I said, but
hit pause. He's talking about Demi Moore being basically a guest, like a minor character in season 1 of Landman. And he's like, they're going to come after me for this because I'm setting her up for something. But she's just basically the dutiful wife, Demi Moore, who was just nominated and should have won an Academy Award for The Substance. And he has her playing the dutiful wife, which I thought was kind of great.
And I have a very, the critics in me, I don't care what they think, and it annoys the shit out of them that I don't care, and I'll be the first to tell you that there are things I do that rage bait them a bit, and this is one of them.
Good.
Right?
Wow.
And episodes where they could have watched it and realized that flip, but I didn't. I just sent them the first 3, because fuck them. Honestly, right? And so with Demi, I knew that when we put it all on her shoulders from an audience standpoint, you've just seen her in little snippets as this housewife, right? In the background, living this fantasy. So we've set her up by omission to be someone that the audience is already predisposed to believe can't do this, capable of doing this job.
That's pretty much a clip.
And the thing is, I don't know for sure, but certainly by the end of Landman season 2, they're framing her as the bad guy.
Yeah, she's going to be
Yep.
kind of now the antagonist competition, and is going to be good. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm so locked into Landman. I'm like, great payoffs.
Wait a minute, guys. I thought we hated all women in entertainment, period. There's no good female characters.
Oh,
so,
wait, yeah, sorry,
like,
you're right.
you gotta,
Right.
I would stop pushing that narrative.
caught us.
You like a female character.
We have a reputation to protect.
Yeah,
here.
caught in 4K.
Yeah. So, Taylor Sheridan ain't gonna put on a MAGA hat or anything, and he certainly has. Like the end of 1923 was bad. It was just bad. But
it was.
Most of his stuff is good, and I don't think Yellowstone is even close to his best stuff. I think Landman, his best stuff, Tulsa King, and I'm liking Dutton Ranch so far because it's leaving out a lot of the elements that were annoying about Yellowstone. We'll see though. I haven't seen the whole season yet. Caught up. I like it. What do you got here, Garrett?
It is the leaks.
Okay,
It speaks for itself, man. This guy is an animal when it comes to writing. So.
Yeah. And he casts himself as like the most capable, badass rodeo guy in Yellowstone. I mean, he's a confident fellow, we'll just say. And there's a bunch of hot women in his shows.
I think he said that's
And they're successful,
how he
you said?
pitched. How he pitched himself to Paramount was essentially, I'm not going to win you awards. You're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to give you the finished product, and I'm a common man, but that's most of America. And so there's no airs or graces. There's no. You can be confident without being egotistical and thinking that you're above everyone else. That's Hollywood's problem.
I love that he bought a giant ranch in Texas and then rents it back to Paramount so he can shoot on his own ranch.
It's pretty based.
Part of the deal.
It's fucking great.
Fucking brilliant. Okay, get the spoiler tag out. I want to give everybody proper warning. These are the Doomsday leaks, and I have from the person I knew who worked at Marvel, who no longer works at Marvel, verified this as 100% real. And other people have too. So like a lot of people have talked about them already. And I'm just saying, just from the person who told me about the beginning of this film that we already talked about, he said they're real.
Well, when I read the leak of the entire plot, I cannot believe they are literally taking one of the most retarded plot points from Multiverse of Madness. The incursions retarded concept of like a universe is going to die because someone from another universe comes to yours. And the entire plot of Doomsday is about that.
You're getting ahead. You're like jumping right to the end, Shad.
He couldn't
you
wait.
kind of are.
He's like, yo.
Oh, spoilers are up. I'm ready to go again.
You just premature ejaculated all over our spoilers.
Well, I mean, this is something
that foreplay, right?
This is something we've been talking about for a while about how they're which comic series they're adapting, and they are literally adapting the Incursion event from like, was it 2013, 2014, Gary? Right around that time period?
And they're ripping off an arc from Earth's Mightiest Heroes, except replacing Kang with Doomsday. So this was just a repurposed Kang movie, right? So they just repurposed that a little bit. And
they're destroying Loki though as well. That's what I don't understand. All of
they
it.
already
Like,
destroyed Loki. I mean, that's already happened.
Yeah.
No, I mean the series though. Like canonically, that's impossible to have occurred. So I don't even know.
Yeah.
How.
We'll get to that. Bring
I
up
don't know
your
what they're
questions
doing.
as we get past them in the spoilers. Hopefully, I can read this.
Are we ready?
Put it up. We're ready.
Nope.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Let's go.
Do it.
All right. Again, if you can't see the screen right now, the spoilers paddle is up. These are spoilers for Avengers Doomsday, and it might be Marvel Doomsday, because this movie sounds terrible.
It does.
It really is awful.
And it reminds me when I finally read the spoilers for the end of Game of Thrones, and we all said this cannot be real, and it was real.
Yeah,
it was real.
It's very reminiscent of that, where you think that, oh, they're actually going to listen to our criticisms. Surely they are not going to go in this terrible direction with these characters. And, well, they do.
They did.
Yes, we will. And don't call me Shirley.
Yeah.
Don't call me Shirley.
Yeah. What a mess, man.
And you might want to be watching this live because
might have to cut it.
you might have to cut it. Just say it.
Which will just prove it's true.
Yeah.
Which will just prove it's true.
Yep.
The full plot description of Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday opens in New York City on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's Earth. He's fighting Deadpool and Wolverine, who were sent there with a planet-killing bomb built by Beast to destroy Kelsey Grammer's Beast, by the way, to destroy Tobey's world in order to save their own universe from an incursion, as Shad brought up. They're introducing the incursions. They're introducing the TVA from Loki, like really bad things. Really bad things.
So you're telling me that
Already
Beast,
screwed this film.
that Beast is willingly building a bomb to kill
people.
billions of people?
No,
Beast.
Yeah, an entire
And Wolverine's
planet.
deploying it.
Like they're taking
No,
our heroes,
universe.
turning them into villains.
right, yeah, the
trying
whole
to destroy
universe.
it. Like
So
an
what was the
entire-
whole
I
plot
couldn't believe
point of Wolverine's character in Deadpool and Wolverine? He was regretful that he let all his friends die in his
Yes.
No regrets now.
Oh no, they regret it. It's like later on it says, Charles Xavier.
I get that.
There,
I get that.
Yeah.
But this part
I know
is
you're
essentially
excited, Chad.
this part is essentially the meme of Thanos should have just snapped twice. They're like, actually, that's what we should have done.
They're doing multiple Thanoses over and over and over in other universes. What the?
But these are our heroes that we love, and they have them destroying a universe already. Screw this film.
Toby battles Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, who manages to plant the device. Wolverine stays behind when it detonates, and both he and Toby Spider-Man, along with everyone on that Earth, which I heard Dr. Octopus is in this too, are killed.
Yes.
Deadpool escapes and returns to his own Earth. Which, for one, how is Deadpool gonna like joke during this? Like, zippity doo,
probably.
look at that, or zippity.
Well, they think it's funny. Yes.
Yeah. Deadpool escapes and returns to his own Earth, which we see in the distance. Charles Xavier watches the destroyed world below with sadness right before he probably dies for the 7th time. But they had no choice. When they cut to Tony's funeral, Steve speaks. This is the part that I fucking hate. I hated the end for Steve at Endgame. This makes it worse.
It does.
And I know they think they're fixing it because it was a common criticism, but this makes it worse. Steve speaks to some of the heroes, including at Tony's funeral. Steve speaks with some of the heroes, including Ant-Man, before returning the stones. He goes back in time and chooses to stay with Peggy. They have a son, Jim. One day, Loki visits them. This is before Loki season 2. So this is what Disparu is bringing up. I'm guessing they're putting some extra footage at the end of Endgame. So I'm guessing this is part of it. That's going to lead into this movie. But yeah, they are putting some extra footage in Endgame to make it fit this movie.
But later on, there is a bit which says that Loki season cannot happen, which is bizarre.
Yes. He tells Steve, I want you to put a pin in that. This happens before Loki season 2. He tells Steve about the TVA and warns him that they will soon prune this timeline because Steve was never meant to live there or have a son. Loki offers them a way out. He can take them to a universe where they don't exist and can live in peace, the Fantastic Four's universe. Before leaving, Loki gives Steve a special card to contact him. Steve and his family live there for 10 years.
So this already means that everything you've seen about Captain America, about what he will sacrifice to save people, now he will sacrifice his entire universe just to piss off somewhere else. He doesn't try and stop him. He doesn't fight. He just leaves.
So also, why is Loki helping him?
Yeah, this is
like he doesn't owe him
Because
anything.
plot.
Because we needed another cameo.
And this is a Loki variant. It's not Loki, by the way.
Yeah.
And
this also
at the end of
contradicts
Loki
the
1,
law.
he wouldn't help Captain America. He's just a little bit more in touch with his feelings.
Think about
I
the
feel like I
women
need more
like
context
Tom
here.
Hiddleston. Like, come on.
Yeah, this is weird.
So think about that.
Marvel's continuity and world building is completely rooted at this point, right? Like the TVA, the whole structure of that series was about alternate realities and changes to the timeline, stuff like that. And you know what doesn't come up once? Incursions. Like the fact that a universe might die with someone going, that's not existent because it wasn't written in that show. And then Multiverse of Madness comes out, contradicts everything, and now they're trying to mash them together, and they're pieces to a puzzle that do not fit.
Shad, I'm guessing what they're thinking is they heard the criticism from Endgame that Steve would never go off, despite Haley Atwell being fucking hot, would never go off and allow the things that happen that he knows about now. 9/11, JFK, assassination, blah, blah, blah. But now they're fixing it by him going to another world, so he doesn't see that stuff. Yet he still knows about it.
No, it's worse than that.
It makes it
He's
worse.
leaving his universe because it's about to die.
Right.
So
Yes.
it's not just all of those
pieces
individual
out.
things. The entire universe dies and he doesn't care. This isn't even...
And
So
then-
heroic. Well, does he know the
but
universe is going to die?
Yeah, because
No,
it says
no,
Loki tells him that his universe is about to be
Right.
cut.
Which means
Well, it's gonna
he's
be cut
knowingly
because
going
he's
to
there,
another.
Well,
supposedly.
it's going to be
Steve-
pruned. No, wait, it's going to be
It's
pruned
pruned
because he's there. Because
And if
he's
he
there.
moves,
So
if he's
him
removed
leaving.
That's
from
why
the
he's got to
thing.
leave.
That's why he's got to leave to keep it from being
So
pruned.
he's
Why
leaving
would his
to
ne-
save
what-
the universe.
But why would his next question not be what happens in this other universe
Yes,
I'm going to?
yes.
Like,
Doesn't
wouldn't that be the
mean if I
obvious
go to
That's a
this-
good question.
Well, they said he
probably
doesn't exist there.
Distracted by Haley Atwell's boobs. Frankly, I would be.
We all
I don't
would.
know what you just said.
Fair,
but like, just
honestly.
give me the keys, man. I'll go whatever
He knows
you
what
want.
he's loyal to.
Yeah, he's starting the
Understand.
car up. He's throwing the briefcase in the back. I don't care. And I
It
just
portrays,
leave.
it portrays
Well, what do
absolutely
you say,
everything
Bo?
about his fucking character.
Billions of
It
people
really
dead.
does.
Oh,
Wow.
absolutely. But they don't care about respecting his character anymore. They just wanted to throw him in for a cheap cameo. They don't care about the heroicism that this character ever had or what he stood for or who he was and the years of building him up to be this insane figure that everyone could love and respect.
Well, that goes down to, seems like all these characters, like the previous part where it says Charles Xavier watches a universe die with regret. It's like Charles Xavier would not be willing to commit a genocide on an entire universe just to save himself.
Yeah,
they do not become a villain to just to win,
You
right?
would
It's
have to do some,
uncharacteristic of
you
these
would have to do some
characters.
convincing
Yes.
that Charles Xavier,
also-
who sacrificed so much to save mutants and have them work with humanity in the name of peace, would be okay with the destruction of a world.
But also, there's another version of this. Okay, so real quick, this is one of many versions that have been floated out about these spoilers. And like, it's always the same bone structure, but there's always little details that are changed here and there. So, for instance, Shad, in that opening, in a different version of this leak, they're professionals at this. The X-Men have been doing this, and Wolverine has been conflicted, and he refuses to be a part of it anymore and leaves himself on this world.
And that might happen. They might have just left that out for context. Yeah.
But there's another version of this where as they're dying, as the world's going to explode, there's a portal that opens in the back from Loki and the TVA that allows them to leave, and they might be in the final fight. So you, Jackman, and Toby might be in the final
They fix it later. Okay, so
This is the sloppiest of slop. Dude.
Toby and Hugh Jackman
It gets better.
are dead, but just wait. We're just
gets
getting
better.
started. That was the first couple of paragraphs.
We're just warming up.
It's already that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And for anybody saying, how could you judge this movie? You haven't seen it. While we're reading it right
We're
now.
reading it, dude.
I'm going to judge.
Were you there for
We're
Game of
judging
Thrones?
this thing
Yeah.
right here.
So Steve lives on the Fantastic Four's planet for 10 years. When we then see Dr. Doom visiting Sue and Franklin. They clearly know each other. Doom says he has come to speak with Reed. He warns him about the incursions and reveals their universe is next. He proposes a plan, but they must travel with him to Earth 616. It's not fucking 616. It's 9999999.
Yep.
It's not 616.
It's not 616.
Doom also asks Reed whether it's possible someone from another universe is living in theirs. They can scan the planet because they have a scanny thing where they can scan who's not supposed to be there. That's pretty
That's
neat.
weird.
You would also have to
That's
scan
very
the entire
convenient.
universe.
Discover an
and all
anomaly.
the other planets.
Yeah.
Steve and his family. They confront Steve, who recognizes them after living there for a decade. They explain the incursions and ask him to come to the 616 to help convince the Avengers to trust Doom's plan. So here's the deal. Hey, everybody. I've got my buddy here, Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I think that should be the clue right there.
He wants you to, he wants you to trust him. So please trust Dr. Doom. Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, let's
what are we
go.
doing? Yeah, it seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
They travel
kinda
there,
weird, but whatever.
and Steve successfully persuades the heroes to listen. Next, they visit the X-Men universe, but the X-Men are hostile. They've survived multiple incursions and trust no one. They assume the MCU heroes and the Fantastic Four have come to destroy them. I mean, like, the meta of this is yes. So-
Yeah.
and attack. Reed and Doom explain their solution to build massive cannons. Well, Haley Atwell has those. Why don't you just get? We've already got them.
Yeah.
Bring her
Massive
with.
cannons on each Earth that will permanently separate the universes and stop the incursions. They will split into teams, and each one will go to another Earth to place a cannon there. So, I hope they really
Cannons.
They need to explain. I get it. They need to explain a lot. They need to build up Dr. Doom, explain why these particular incursions are happening, because having watched everything from the MCU, they haven't explained the incursions at all.
Nope.
They're actually contradictory in Doctor Strange and in Loki.
Yep.
So they need to
And-
explain why this is happening.
Well, not only that, Gary, if this is true, that you can just build something to stop incursions, why didn't the TVA do that? The TVA has like beyond reality bending powers and resources. They can like destroy universes with a little device like that. And so you're telling me the TVA couldn't figure out a way of, we'll just separate universes, problem solved.
Oh, they don't care.
Yep.
Reed
But also,
Richards,
it's a fake
Reed
out,
Richards'
though.
descendant Kang helped develop a lot of that. I'm not seeing a lot of family resemblance, but yeah, they are supposed to be related.
Like,
somehow.
I imagine by this point, we're quite a decent way into the movie, and all it's been is exposition dumps with no action, no heroism, nothing to attract people to the characters. This is just and then. I know it's the way it's written.
Yes.
But there is no... There's nothing to make you like these characters. They're trying to save their universe, but who cares at this point when you're just wiping each other out?
This is assassinating the characters. It's making me hate them. It's
They've
like-
written themselves before this movies come out. They've written themselves into a corner so badly that this is almost the only outcome.
There's
Like,
something
else
very
they can do.
meta about this story. About
Yeah, it's all
we're trying to split up in the teams to keep from destroying our universe, and by the end we destroy our universe. They will split into teams, and each one will go into to another Earth to place a cannon there. Interesting.
Wink,
Cannon.
wink.
Meanwhile, Steve tells Thor he met Loki, who is still alive. No, it's actually a variant. Thor asks Steve to take him to him using Loki's card. They locate the TVA, but when they arrive, everyone is dead, and Loki has had his heart ripped out. They realize Doom is responsible. Holy shit, the guy named Dr. Doom betrayed us.
Wow.
I'm
Very
shocked.
amazing. The one thing I
Who could have
like,
seen this coming?
the TVA is dead. I'm like, well, wonderful,
God.
excellent. But then I do
Awesome.
wonder how, like, the TVA had an entire universe of like endless resources and buildings, and now I'm just wondering, okay, now how? I'm glad they're dead, but stay true to you. No, they don't care about.
And there's
canon.
multiple
No, but-
TVAs too, aren't there?
Yeah, there
Would
are.
Loki season 2
Yeah.
solve the problem of the splitting timelines and everything, and now you've killed him. Like, we saw something that physically can't happen. I don't.
The TVA depowered the Infinity Stones. We are talking about
Yes.
an organization of reality-breaking ability and power. So much so they could have dealt with Thanos like pissing on anything. Like in season 1, that fat, whatever security guard knocked out Loki without even breaking a sweat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now because they've screwed themselves, they've made the TVA unbeatable. Now they want us to believe, oh, Doom just came in and killed them all.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
glad they
yeah,
did, but they are they paying attention?
Did you stop
No.
and consider something? Dr. Doom.
Robert Downey Jr.
Come on,
You know
Dr.
what?
Jr.
That's the level of their
Same
thinking. I bet.
task, different mask. That's what he
Come
said.
on.
I bet that's
Huh?
the level of thinking. It's like, oh, Dr. Doom could do it, and it's like,
You think we're gonna get it
Infinity
inside
Stones
his
in a
mask shot?
drawer. No, Dr. Doom can do it. Okay.
Yes,
Probably.
absolutely.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get it super close up inside his
They're
mask.
just
shot.
breathing
And-
heavily,
and-
and they're like, "Isn't that cool, guys?"
And,
You're like,
and
"Yeah,
to
sure."
Robert Downey Jr.'s credit, he's in the mask and the costume 40% of the time. Only
I thought it was
40.
more than that.
No, it's 40%
40%
of the time.
Yeah.
he
Yikes,
works.
that's-
Works all the time. So there
Does
is a
Captain
little
America
change.
ever go, you used to be Iron Man?
We don't know because I think his mask is on for the Captain America interactions.
Oh,
But we're totally going to trust the guy in an evil-looking armor mask called Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
Believable.
not?
So
With
there
these
is
writers, that's on point.
there is a
It's
change.
just tragic, Gary. It's no big deal. It's fine.
There is a change in this. I don't know. So originally, Dr. Doom was supposed to have Doom bots. I was specifically told that, but it looks like it's something a little different now. Steve goes back to confront Doom, who reveals his true plan to allow the incursions to happen so he can rebuild the multiverse in his own image, basically God Emperor Doom, and resurrect his dead family. He takes Steve to his castle in Latveria. On his Earth, there, Steve meets Doom's followers, masked witches.
The power of one, the
A
power
bunch of
of
women.
two.
Power of many.
This is he literally stole Kingpin's plan of making an incursion so he could get his family back, huh? We're just really just kind of borrowing from all the. Okay.
One of them impersonates Peggy or Pegger Carter to manipulate him. Doom reveals that Steve's presence in their universe is what triggered their incursion because he didn't belong there. It also led to the death of Doom's family. Doom became obsessed with stopping the incursions, conducting dangerous experiments, one of which failed and killed his family, which is actually Doom killing his family. But
yeah,
whatever.
it's like that's
Yeah.
Exactly. I hate that because now, rather than it's because, well, we can't have the heroes do something awful in this world where they destroy universes voluntarily. You're making it so that the villain doesn't have a reason for what he's doing anymore. He should be angry at himself, and that should have crushed him.
He straight up does the meme. His family gets wiped out. He goes, "Why would Captain America do this?" I don't
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it would have been way better
With the gun
if you.
meme in the chair, yeah.
Like it would have been genuine better if Steve had been confronted with the result of his actions, that he didn't know he'd done this, but he is responsible. And you can get characterization out of that and story stuff. It said, no, we must keep him pure.
Like all of Winter Soldier was like a good character that did bad things, trying to come back from that, and then the ramifications of that with everybody's relationships. Like that's how you get good movies and good stories.
I love how it took years and years of them building up with all of these different series and being like, no, guys, just do your homework. It's all going to lead somewhere. You're going to be so happy with the payoff. And we get this clusterfuck of a movie that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. We all know that existing lore doesn't matter and source material doesn't matter, but even their new lore means absolutely nothing because they're just writing over it.
So failed killing his family and leaving Doom's family and leaving him disfigured, forcing him to wear the armor and a mask. As revenge, Doom kills Steve's son in front of him.
Womp womp.
So I knew this was coming, and my response was, "Well, if he had a daughter, she would have been safe." So we actually had somebody have a son in the MCU for once, and they kill him.
Wow, crazy work, bro.
Christ. These fuckers
Where's
can't
Agatha?
change.
Only Agatha can save the day now.
And so well, I was told they were like swinging for the fences. They want there to be consequences and all this stuff, so they're gonna kill a kid. Hey kids, get in the car and we'll watch Tobey Maguire die and Steve Rogers' son die, who's actually Captain Marvel America. Oh my God, dock me.
Captain Marvel, please, no jump scares.
Captain Marvel.
Fuck. But yeah, don't you want to see Chris Evans see his son get murdered in street clothes because he's not Captain America, because we're afraid to hurt the feelings of Anthony Mackie and a bunch of people who work at Marvel, because we can't take away the shield from a guy who didn't earn it or doesn't deserve it in any way, shape, or form. Captain African American. Okay, Doom announced that the Avengers are coming with Yelena. Man, start shaking in your boots. And Latveria prepares for war. The Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and the X-Men unite and march on Latveria. Thor prays to Odin, who sends an army from Valhalla, which I talked about. That was supposed to be like Doombots versus, and there still might be, I guess, Doombots versus like the hordes of Valhalla to join them in battle. A massive war erupts. Apparently, this is a rather big set piece. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
A massive war erupts as the Earth begins to collide. Eventually, the universes crash into each other and are destroyed, killing everyone.
I feel so inspired.
So everyone dies.
Except Doom.
Wow.
It just seems like
so hard, dude.
It just seems like the majority of the movie is jumping from place to place, dropping lore canon and trying to explain what this universe is. Then there's a reveal. The moment there's a reveal, there's a huge fight and it ends. So you spend most of your time just having the movie explained to you before hopefully the action pulls it through.
Do you know what movie also did this and pulled it off? Aquaman. Every time anybody starts to talk, there's a giant explosion and then a fight happens.
Yeah.
And then they just move and they just forget all of that.
I cannot remember that movie for the fucking life of me. And I saw it once.
It's not good, but it's so entertaining because in the third time it happens, I went, oh my gosh, I can predict this. And two characters start talking and go, explosion right now. Explosion, massive fight. And then it keeps going. And then I showed it to my kid recently and he goes, that was actually pretty entertaining. I was like, it's awful, but it's great. Like, yeah.
It's huge in China.
China.
So everybody dies except for Doom. It's revealed that he stole Loki's powers. Using them, he creates Battleworld, resurrects everyone. And I didn't know that was part of Loki's powers.
Yeah, no, I thought he just made like
he was obviously God. He was the god of stories, basically.
He was holding the timelines together, implying that they could exist in harmony and incursions wouldn't be a thing. But I guess he loses that power.
That was the end of season 2, which can't happen because.
But as Disbrew brought up, Loki's dead now, so season 2 didn't happen.
Yeah.
Right, because this happened.
And he fixed this.
We're playing with multiple variants and shit. So
I think Doom kills God Loki. Somehow, don't know how, but I think that's the implication.
Shad,
I
I've already
think
told
this
you.
leak is missing
Okay, so
details
it happens
because
so
we've
Dr. Doom.
there's been
this is
too
a-
much
this is-
that's missing in this write-up
So-
that we had in other write-ups.
So it is. This is so I wouldn't be here forever. This is a really truncated version. When we get to the end, please add what you've heard, and I'll add what I have heard. Right. So once we're done with this, but yeah, they just kind of rushed to the end. There is context to. I mean, they didn't even mention the Wakandans at all in this, who are there too.
Well, they're causing violence, obviously.
It's revealed.
Hope they bring their
he-
drums.
Well, yeah, I hope they have their gate that opens up with
Yeah.
like.
That's how they break into Doom's fortress. They lower his shields.
It's revealed that he stole Loki's powers using them. He creates Battle World, which I talked about, resurrects everyone and erases their memories. They believe Battle World is all that there ever existed. We see them living new lives in this false reality. Doom sits on his throne as the Emperor of Battle World. The end.
This
If Loki can just resurrect anyone at will, why in Endgame did he not just do that to half the universe?
Right? I mean, it's just so retarded. And like Doom, he's going to resurrect all the people that'll probably have the power to perhaps stop him. So he's just going to.
So so everybody's going to come back. This doesn't account for Hulk missing, Doctor Strange missing, a lot of Hawkeye missing.
Yeah,
there is a lot of major characters.
Spider-Man.
There's Tobey Maguire, but there's no Tom Holland Spider-Man. And remember, Brand New Day was supposed to take place after this movie, so in no way is it
Right.
connected.
Right.
So what was left out that you noticed?
So there's supposed to be some kind of fight at the TVA that includes Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, Sentry, and Thor, and that is where Doom kills all of them in like extremely brutal and vicious ways. But it seems like like I said, it's the bones of this are almost always the same. So it's clearly the same story. Personally, I believe they have been floating these out there. I think Disney has been there. Somebody in there, whether either to hurt the studio, or maybe they're unhappy with something, or maybe they want to see what the audience is saying. It's been too specific. I mean, it's like so much of the same thing, but it's been over and over, and there's always these small scenes that have been changed. But yeah, it's supposed to be like the big fight is to try to stop Doom, and it includes Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire and Thor and Cap. Or, well,
Interesting.
Steve.
I didn't hear that one, but I can say that it wasn't. I'm not saying it's Kevin Feige, but my friend who told me about Hulk and Punisher being in Spider-Man, like specifically told me, he's like, I actually want you to get excited about something because this is pretty cool. And Spider-Man and Savage Hulk are going to be in Spider-Man. I'm like, what? And then it got weirder when he said Jean Grey. I didn't believe him at first, but that's exactly the case. But so the other thing, we'll get to you just a second, Disbrew. This is a big spoiler, by the way. I was told that Ant-Man dies and does not come back.
Oh, good. About time. Damn.
So
Okay.
Doom just decides to leave him out when he makes Battle World. He's like,
Yeah,
I'll
the-
resurrect
the
everyone.
best-
small, they forgot about him.
The best response is just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
putting
I
the
saw
lowest
Ant-Man and the Wasp
stakes.
and Quantumania. You're not coming back.
Well,
It is possible, to Wizard's point, because Alan Cumming said he was just acting around a load of people that had green screen faces and he didn't know who he was acting with. All of this could be in flux, and the characters could genuinely just be placed wherever they want, and they could either be testing the audience or just generally not deciding who they want where. And so you've got lots of
So they
stories
did with
that-
Endgame.
that are genuinely just changing constantly. So they're all true at that time.
There's another point from that interview with Alan Cumming that is extremely interesting. He talked about how cathartic it was to come back for one last time, and he's not interested in doing this anymore, but they gave him this offer to come back and really put this thing to bed for this one last movie. And then him and Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, they all like talked about it, and like this is their last time together. And like, oh, okay, so all of the Fox X-Men aren't coming back other than Hugh Jackman. So this movie is just to kill everybody. Hey, all your favorite heroes, we're gonna kill them all for the cameos. We're killing cameos, baby.
Right, they wanted every single character that didn't have a ending to have a big send-off, so fans would basically shut up and not talk about these characters potentially returning again in the future.
Well, it's
They just
This is-
line them
this
all
is-
up, put them on their knees, and we're like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Garrett.
What the
That's
fuck?
it.
This is really seeming like let the past die, kill it if you have to.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Well, okay, yes, and I can't talk about this just yet. I think there are spoilers going out there for Secret Wars, and what I read of them wasn't what I heard anyway for the ending. And they could completely change it. Right now, it's still in flux because Marvel doesn't necessarily know what to do after this, but they are doing a soft reboot. My guess is they start with the X-Men. But as far as the other characters like Iron Man, Cap, Hulk, and all, I'll just say the idea they have is really, but I gotta be careful how I use my language because I almost said strange or
I
safe.
wouldn't risk it then.
That's all I'll say.
Great.
That's all I'll say. And then there's a story about what happened on behind the scenes on Quantum Mania. I got to tell, which not tonight, maybe for another Friday night, which is insane, absolutely insane. But yeah, that's Doomsday. That's going to be your Infinity War, which they're trying to match tonally and just trying to one up it. The problem is it doesn't have all the build up towards it. We don't know who the fuck Doctor Doom is. We don't know what the fuck incursions are. Like they made a point to tell you like these Infinity Stones are dangerous, and they planted that throughout the entire first phases of Marvel to where you actually felt that until we saw Loki and they became paperweights.
How many Thors do we think we're gonna see? Because in Battle World there was an army of
Or
Thors.
Thors, yeah.
Yeah, they were Doom's army.
I think they're gonna replace it with just
Generic
generic
throwaways.
Hordes of Valhalla. I think we get more cameos in Secret War. I think
I'm sure.
And they're adapting very loosely the 2016 version, which fucking sucks.
It does,
and essentially ends the Marvel Comics universe.
Well, yeah, and also leads into all new, all different, which we've kind of got, but makes me wonder if they're going to try that again and make it worse.
Getting Shang-Chi.
Well, it was in the comics.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it was in the comics.
It was in the
I'm
comics,
really
though.
hoping
She-Hulk too.
Eternals 3, man.
Yeah.
You would
That's
love
what
She-Hulk too.
I would.
I want She-Hulk to
know,
return. At least one.
I would. That's the big cameo at the end. She-Hulk will return. Yeah.
Yes.
Rather than the all girl
It
scene
might
from
be.
Endgame, it's just She-Hulk turning up, saves the day.
You might not like the character, but Captain Marvel not being in this is insane.
It's
That is funny.
hilarious.
That is really funny.
Like, where is she the whole time? Is she off doing something else while the universe is ending and incursions are coming in?
Yep.
Where's Black Girl
Yeah,
Magic?
sorry, I had other things to attend to.
Dude, leaving Doctor Strange out of this is stupid. Like,
That's
that makes
really weird,
no
too. I
sense
don't-
whatsoever.
Yeah.
But
Did they
yep,
explain that at all?
maybe.
He
They-
cost too much.
They have an awful lot to explain because there is a laundry list of open plot threads just from the post-credit scenes that they haven't touched.
Yeah.
There's at least 10.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
The-
Council
when-
of Kangs. I'll just
I
forget about
was not excited for Robert Downey Jr. coming back, but the same task, different mask concept was at least interesting. Like Tony that's like trying to do the same thing on like a multiversal level of like protecting everybody. Kind of an interesting concept. None of that.
Oh, I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant resurrecting.
Their motivation for bringing Robert Downey Jr. back was simply this: we're going to have the guy who saved the universe destroy it.
That's the dumbest shit.
That's
I've ever heard
specifically
in
what
my
I was
life.
told.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's the dumbest shit I've
I
ever
think
heard.
same mass, different task meant I built Marvel once, I'll do it again. I think that's what he meant by the statement, rather than a story hint.
Obviously, it's
Give
not
me the
gonna
rock.
work, though.
I'll do. Yeah, I'll handle it myself this time. Yeah. Goodness
Yeah.
gracious, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yikes!
It ain't good. Nothing about that excited me to go see this, and it made it legitimately sound worse.
Who wrote this?
A retard.
Russo's and somebody else, the guy
Yeah.
who wrote Infinity War, who helped him write and Civil War, and
Just
some of the other
because
stuff.
somebody wrote something good once doesn't mean they can do
So
it again.
you just like walk into their office, you go, "Hey, I have something for you. Pink slip."
And then they turn this around so fast with so many characters, it can't have a plot. It'll just be, and then they do this, and here's a cameo, and then
right, it's cameo with a small reference to what you remember that character from, and then they're gone, and Doom lays them off. Then you go to another character, you see them send off.
It's Deadpool Wolverine. That's what it is.
There's a massive plot hole with this. Doom knows the Fantastic Four. Why wasn't Doom in the Fantastic Four movie?
Dude, it was so dumb.
I mean,
right.
I didn't even show his
if he's
face at
from
the
that
end.
world. with
He wasn't
Galactus
ready
there?
to show up yet.
You're telling me Doom is not engaging with Galactus? That's not happening.
Right. Like far
busy.
from resurrecting the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this Doom movie, if any of these leaks are any measure of true, like it's going to destroy it. You're just going to see all the characters you love assassinated, essentially. And it's like, well,
his name Doomsday.
I mean, that's what happened with Game of Thrones. Oh, guys, there's no way that any of this is real. It's definitely not going to happen. And then it was line for line.
There's no way Jor-El and Lara would send Kal-El to Earth to conquer it and start a harem. Oh, it's
wait,
real.
they're gonna retcon that in Supergirl.
It's gonna be retcon.
Oh wait,
no. So I was told they are going to explain Kang. Did you hear that, Wizard? That they are going to explain like Doom's going to kill him, basically. And I don't know if it might even be off screen.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like they just reference it. They reference I took that guy out or something.
Yeah.
I've killed
funny.
gods before. That kind of line, but in reverse from Quantumania.
Are they going to explain like Galactus would probably have an interest in keeping the universe around because he eats planets.
Yeah.
Mephisto likes souls, so he wouldn't want the universe. Like you would have villains coming in going, wait a minute. Like
the Celestials.
Yeah, hold on,
Mhm.
pal.
They
Like
doing
maybe
stuff
we
there?
not do that. You know?
Where are the Celestials? Yes.
Yeah.
Where are the Eternals?
The writers don't
Saving
in the
lives.
trash bin.
And then
Forgotten.
They're busy.
It's such a cluster, and they're contradicting everything. They don't give a crap. Doom is just going to kill the TVA now, and also the Council of Kangs because it's Doom.
Here's the thing. I would watch the shit out of this movie if it's just Doom murdering
everything.
people the whole film. Like, not like some incursion bullshit. He's just pissed off because the thing happened to him and he's mad. And he just shows up and he just starts murking people.
So
we're just getting like Watchmen level scenes of him throwing people out of windows and stuff. Like,
We get new and unique ways where like each time he kind of one-ups himself and thinks of like fun ways to kill superheroes.
If he was creative and I had to work
Ant-Man,
for it,
he gets trapped in like a giant like ant like maze and he's like is slowly collapsing in on
eaten by
itself.
an anteater.
And
He
then it
just
gets
like throws a
ant-eater.
giant anteater who eats them.
Yeah. See, I would watch the shit out of this kind of stuff, man. Hire us, we'll write it. Like it's just, Mousetrap the movie. I'd watch the shit out of that. And Battle World is like, oh well, you didn't really die. You kind of just like go into this hole, and this is like a fucking dirty ass world everybody lives on. So I'm like, oh, okay, Battle World.
So there's been an interesting note in a lot of these because there's been a series of leaks now. A lot of them have changed it to Loki has his heart ripped out. But in one of the versions of this, it's Doom Doom kills Loki in front of Thor and does the Thanos spine rip out from the comic book, like that iconic scene. And that if they're gonna do it, I would like to see that version because that sounds pretty neat.
Yeah.
But
like a full-on
but no,
rated
now
R,
it's
just
been like,
bloody,
he tears his heart out, and that's
that's lame. Sounds
lame.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip a spine out of his butt. Like,
So
do it the right
Professor
way.
X dies for the 6th time.
I mean, at
I
this
don't
point,
fucking care anymore.
Listen, I love Patrick Stewart, but at this point, can he even deliver his lines? Because he
Not
was
really.
struggling in Multiverse of Madness.
No.
Like it's.
Well, this is his last movie. He's not. He's retired from acting after Doomsday.
I would
Oh my God.
What a way to go out.
Yeah, that's a terrible way to go.
Well, we get a trailer at Comic-Con. They actually waited till Comic-Con to do that, and that's right around the time, right before Brand New Day comes out.
Yeah, I was going to say they're waiting until Spider-Man hits so they can really start cranking that machine going. But
They would have
What
been
a
better off
mess.
making Deadpool versus the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Or
would
Punisher
have
kills
been
the Marvel
100 times
universe.
better. Yeah. Literally anybody killing the Marvel universe would have been better than this.
Kevin Feige kills the Marvel universe.
Yep.
That's what
Pretty
this
much.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Wait,
takes off his mask, and we all thought it was Robert Downey Jr. And he's like, "I lied. It's just Kevin Feige."
Yeah.
That's
I
why
would-
the
I would-
Marvels
The
aren't.
Scooby Doo
created the
meme of
universe.
ripping the mask off.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
"Wait a minute, Iron Man," and they're like, "Wait a minute, it's Kevin Feige."
Yep.
Maybe that's why the Marvels aren't in this, because they don't want to show Doom killing the Marvels.
That's what I want to
Yeah,
see.
they're safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Mm-hmm.
they're
They're
safe.
safe off screen.
They're just having
Yeah.
like a dance number, and you just see a missile just hit the planet and explode, and you just fly off.
It like implodes.
Funny.
I just that leak footage that went out there, and you just see this giant Sentinels, and it's like, great, you got the Sentinels looking cool, and it was unfinished, but it still looked cool. And then like Yelena shows up with her sticks.
Way to
Now,
kill it.
There's a rumor
Oh,
she's
look.
going to be in fucking Brand New Day. Oh,
I'm tired,
I don't
boss.
know why.
I don't
That's
know.
a new one.
I had a
And
rumor
it's
that
something
she's
like,
like-
she sees Spider-Man naked or something. Like I'm like, this can't be real.
Stop forcing this woman on us. Like
What if she's
nobody
like Black
cares.
Cat now? She's the new Black Cat
Oh
in
god.
this universe.
That's not
Yeah,
easy
I also
finding.
heard
She
a
can't
rumor
fill
that
the
Zora
suit.
I dig the
Mondani's
mask.
going to be in the movie too.
I'm into masks, you know, and he's
That
like,
was
"What?"
Discussing Fish comics. That was
Oh,
Discussing
okay,
Fish.
Oh, it was there you go. Yeah.
See, this
all
movie's
for
supposed to be about
discussing
Spider-Man
fish.
becoming a man now and stuff, and that's how it happens. Is she
Oh, that's why he
He's
shoots
naked
web
and he
everywhere. He doesn't know what's going
transforms.
on.
Yeah.
Let's get to the people. We're gonna go a little longer today. Screw it. So much for a short show. If anybody needs to bail, let me know. Rolling the Wretched, 4 parts for $100. Congrats on finishing mixtape, Gary. Since you finished, I can assume there weren't any. There were doors for you to open in the game. Happy early Independence Day to everyone. The only Pride Day I recognize and remember, Gary. You are born in the USA. Born in the USA. And I clearly
Is it
like.
mixtape the game that plays for you and
Itself?
does everything for you?
Yeah, you can basically just
136
walk in
dresses.
one line and then
Waiting for Gary to
there's
just kick Shad.
there's
When he
tongue
says that.
kissing mini games. It was horrendous. I think I gave it like a 2. Absolutely horrible.
Generous.
That's
It
how
was
Gary finished
generous.
it and opened doors. Gotcha.
It's an awful game.
Yep.
Part 2 says Ryan. He's not here. What do you call a black woman that had 6 abortions? A crime fighter.
Holy shit.
I've heard that one before. That's-
Damn.
I hope I have told enough racist jokes to finally get my honorary racist card, and I aspire to one day be as big of a bigot, misogynist, homophobe, and transphobe as you. I guess we're just aiming that at you, Vera, but I mean, it still kind of sticks, so it's all right.
Here's your card.
I believe Ian will be once again assuming the mantle of Agent 003.5 licensed to hoe on a corner as he had a nightmare come to life on Monday. What's this? Evmux? Evmux?
EVMux.
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 Sorry.
Locked him out of his own stream, leaving Tox Man Flu and me to run the stream. That's a bad idea.
Oh, I still had the power to end the stream though, which was good.
Oh, the humanity. Love you, Ian. Today's read is James 4:6. God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the American. Hail FNQ Fellowship Chat mods and Little Thor. Dan Vosk is gaily playing some chords for the Dan Vosk Gay on his channel this week. Until next time, so long, gay boys. Yes, we do get some notes from Man Buns Are Gay. It's approaching. Sounds pretty good. Ministry of Wrong Think. This is a rant, 2 parts for $100. The only thing flatter than Zendaya's acting range is what's in her shirt. Wearing a bra for her is like getting a case for a PS6 game.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow, dude.
Damn.
I get spiders love to cling to flat surfaces, but come on, Tom.
Oh my god.
Saw an old picture of her from Dune the other day, and I thought was a cardboard Ayatollah meme. Okay. Just saying, if she and Elliot can borrow each other's tank tops while on the set, She's a nice girl, though. Yeah, she's not annoying on on the red carpet or anything. Yeah, little overexposed. She's in 4 major films and a big HBO series that we know of this year alone. Rebraya for 1,000 Swedish krona. Hail, Friday Night Tights. Hope you don't mind me doing a shameless plug for my book, Liquor Street Stories, and that's Licker. Just search for it. It will pop up. Hope you all have a great evening. Cheers. Thank you. You too. Vandelberger for 50. Gary, I just published a Lovecraft noir right up your alley, Under the Shadow of Madness. 1928, a war-weary PI tries to solve the ritual murder of a prostitute at a motel that caters to the elite of New York. Involves deep ones, the KKK, and the mob. No AI, Shad. This is 2 parts.
Well, that's a different soup. But that is in 2 parts.
Okay. All right. So how do you say that name?
Sabatixwez?
Sure. For $50. What a week. We got Rape Hitler and Papa Incel, and we get to celebrate 250 years since we beat the absolute piss out of the Brits and invented freedom. Hope you're enjoying this Midwest heat wave, Gary. It's nothing. I live in Texas now. Happy 4th of July, inflation bros for life.
Hell yeah.
Also, who the fuck paints the door flat beige? Me. Okay, me. I painted the door beige in mixtape. I just wanted to get it over with.
I did the trans flag. I thought that it was very fitting.
Based.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little heat wave up here. Everybody was bitching. I'm just like,
I mean,
Texas.
It gave me an excuse not to leave my house. So I was like, this is cool.
There you go.
As long as you got air conditioning, you're fine.
Because you have air conditioning. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of important. Yeah. GM Gauthier has gifted 10 Rumble subs for 50. Hail Rumble. Appreciate it. Thank you. 44 Magnum Norse for $100. Supergirl, apparently a snaggletooth unwashed woman didn't bring the boys to the yard, or the girls. So X-Ray Girl, I got that little mini monitor that you gave me. I finally got that working because I didn't realize it was just plug and play. And that's what I'm reading the soups off now. I can see them clearly because they're below my my progressive line on my.
This is perfect.
Your
Yeah, so I don't have to go like
bifocals.
this. I hate to tell Perry that I'm getting a new set of glasses to where I don't have to read like this anymore. So those days are over. Oh my God, how do I say this? Orgasmatron for 50 British pounds, proper money. First time super chatter. Nope. There we go.
We'll get it eventually.
Wow. Trial by error, Gary.
There are only so many buttons.
A for
you know?
effort.
That's awesome.
I want a different soundboard. I need to be retrained. First time super chatting, going dry, fingers and thumbs.
Oh.
All right.
So a fist?
Wow. Okay.
That escalated quickly.
Instead of cutting herself on the Iron Throne, Rhaenyra will menstruate on it to own the patriarchy. Have an outstanding 4th of July. The Emperor protects. Yeah, I just got a list of the Horus Heresy books from Drinker that I'm going to listen to if I can listen to them. And yeah, I'm starting on my road trip back, going down a fucking rabbit hole I'm probably going to regret, but love.
It's a very expensive one.
Yeah, we'll talk about House of the Dragon. Sorry?
I was to say the Imperium's rad, so
There you go. Yeah. House of the Dragon is something we will discuss Sunday. Vera, we're going to have you on a guest spot on one of these, maybe towards the end.
For sure.
But yeah, we have a lot to say about that show, and it's contradictory to what most people think.
Bring Night of the Seven Kingdoms back. Fuck House of the Dragon.
Yep.
Wow.
It's an interesting contrast that Brandon Sanderson has just come out that for his Stormlight series for Apple, he's writing every single episode himself.
Oh, great.
Good. So it's a ballsy move because George R.R. Martin can just go, "It's not me, he wrote it." Whereas now all the glory or the backlash will be on him.
Like that deal is kind of wild. He has so much control, and good on him. Like when I was talking to him, I was saying, if you're gonna let Hollywood adapt it, you want to have as much
It is
control as you
good,
can.
but I definitely worry about what he's still going to change in order for, Apple to adapt it, because there's got to be some give there. It's very worrying.
There are some, like at one point he
red
was
flags for sure.
Yeah, he was thinking of changing one of the himself.
Yeah,
changing one
he's
of the
talked about
characters.
potentially changing
Yeah.
his characters and how if he wrote things now, he would alter it. So there may be some change, but I think that the core of what is there is going to be authentic to his story. It's just the sort of coat of paint, what is going to be altered.
It should
and
be.
you could understand characters merging and stuff because there's going to be 10 episodes or like 10 hours of a book that takes like 30 odd or something just to read.
Is it Mistborn being made into a movie before they do Stormlight as a series?
Yes.
I heard so. Yeah.
I think he's handed in the script. I think that was in June or now.
I saw an interesting post on X that proposed the theory that George R. R. Martin has killed fantasy writing for men.
I saw that too.
Yeah. And
authors are mad at George R. R. Martin because now people won't even buy into unfinished fantasy series because they have no faith in it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Finished.
I think that's part of it. I think the other part of why men aren't reading fantasy is because nothing is written for them.
Yes,
there's
that.
Oh yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And maybe George R. R. Martin has something to do with that. I think it's something interesting to think about. But
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because they look at the best-selling charts and now it's just all smut, and so they're like, well, that's what sells, so those are the
And,
those are the people
and then
we're
they
gonna hire.
say men aren't buying books, so why would we publish books catered for men? Because
Brandon Sanderson makes millions on his crowdfunded projects.
Like there's definitely still a massive market for males literature, and the indie sphere is starting to pick up a lot, especially lit RPG literature and stuff like that. But no, the mainstream they've just been captured by the mind virus, and so they don't publish.
But you also have to consider that there are a lot of alternatives now. I mean, look at how much manga has grown every single year consistently. I believe the global manga market in 2025 was over $10 billion now. So that's definitely seeing a large growth.
Solo leveling with like manhwa and stuff. I mean,
if you want to blame George R. R. Martin for anything, blame him for bringing in a lot of people who ruined publishing. He was a very instrumental in the whole sad puppies thing, and took the other opposing side and gave a lot of jobs to people who might not have deserved it, who eventually turned on him during the Worldcon Awards when he didn't pronounce somebody's. We covered it on Friday Night Tights. He didn't pronounce somebody's name right. Somebody he helped get in the door. And they turned on him immediately, and other people turned on him.
Go figure.
Yep. Link Fan on the Streamlabs side for $250.
Damn.
Link Fan. My God, man. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. America saving the motherfucking day for 250 years. Hail.
Yeah.
You know what? I am going to watch Team America tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah.
America.
Young Washington is out. Has anybody
I've
seen
seen
it?
it.
You've seen it? What do you think?
It's not bad. It's not great. Act 1 is awesome. The ending is good. Act 2 to Act 3 is a little messy. It wants to be a superhero movie, and if you go in and you realize it wants to be a superhero movie, it changes it.
Does he transform into a bald eagle at the end with like Uzis?
No, but if they could have done that, they might have.
Oh, really?
I'd probably be more entertaining if they did.
So not historically accurate.
Some of the things that they changed after looking. Okay, so this is the kind of movie you're like, wow, that's really cool. I want to look into that more. And then you do, and you're like, what the hell were you doing? Why'd you do it that way? That wasn't accurate at all.
There you go. I'm still going to see it, but we'll
I think it's good, but it's like a 7.
Quelndar. All right, go see it then, and try to forget Animal Farm. Fucking A. Quelndar for $250. Hail Quelndar on the Streamlabs side. Thank you. In honor of the 250th, happy Independence Day weekend, everyone. Hail to the fellowship. Hail to you, Quelndar. I think the Brits should even go out and celebrate. I mean, they're rid of us, so I mean, there's a way you could.
Yeah.
Like happy traitor day.
There you go.
We're about to conquer soccer. Everything's ours now, man.
We're just like, I hope you're pleased with yourself.
I'm gonna go throw tea in the bay to celebrate.
There you go.
It's that space, though. That's just making the largest cup of tea in the entire world. It's like Americans are like, we're going to throw tea and water. What did you think we were going to do with it?
We're going to microwave it now.
Yes,
salted
microwave the ocean. That would have been different.
Who's barbecuing this weekend? I am.
You're right after this.
Attaboy.
Just grill some dogs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Make
I
some
like
smash
that.
burgers.
What kind of dogs?
Okay, hot dogs, X-Ray Girl, not
So actually, here's
I'm just going to warm them up too.
Dachshund.
She ate my dog.
You're on.
I let her house sit, and she ate my dog.
And now he got like 2 really big dogs.
Yep.
The next time I host it.
Oh no, nowhere near him. Anthony Martin, I think it's Cam for 50. Do you think Chris will change his hairstyle now since it makes him look like James Gunn? Never. James Gunn looks like Chris Gore. That's the way he sees it. By the way, congratulations, Mr. Chris Gore, who got married.
Congrats, Chris. Yeah.
Locked it down. Well done, sir. Joshua Love for 50 Australian dollars. Gary, I really want to see amazing live action films based on quirky cartoons I watched growing up, like Street Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars, Dino Raiders, Dinosaurs,
Yeah.
Extreme Dinosaurs, which has a sick metal intro worth watching. Honestly, love y'all. Well, go out and make them.
I'm upset that he didn't mention SWAT cats or Samurai Pizza Cats. You know, we gotta remember some of these obscure ones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they can remake it and call it Swatting Cats.
There you go.
The Bloody Damn Reaper for $99.99. Hey, ladies and gents, one thing Hollywood can't seem to get through their thick skulls is that women prefer superhero movies aimed at men. That's why Supergirl failed while Wonder Woman made almost $1 billion. No one wants to see a Lena Dunham done clone as a superhero. No. Oh God, no.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Especially
that
now.
there are plenty of women out there who want the same things in their entertainment as men. We want to see the peak of humanity. We want to see the best person, for the, we'll say, job possible or the position possible. Like, I can't imagine a 500-pound blue-haired land whale being Supergirl, and so I think that men and women alike do not want to see that because it doesn't fit the character. You want somebody who fits, and you also want it to be entertaining. You want them to be very attractive, like with Wonder Woman. I think that her beauty was a part of it, and obviously Gal Gadot maybe is not the best actress, but that movie was very well done because it didn't really give her a lot of time to have her bad acting shine through. It was all action and interesting plot points, and it worked.
Man, it took me a sec. God, Brave search is not as good as Google's, I'll say, because comics, I was thinking there's a fat Supergirl comic and I can't remember the name. So I just searched fat superhero girl comic and I got it.
Nice.
Faith. Remember Faith?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. They thought it was a good idea to have a big fat superhero girl.
That was what Valiant, right?
I think so. Garrett, look it up real quick.
Yeah, let me see.
Just Faith. Just put in
Pretty sure it's
Faith
Valiant.
fat superhero girl comic. Dude,
Oh,
did you
yeah, I
see
remember
this?
that. Oh,
This
my
was
God.
from like 8 years ago,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
You see where the comic
Yo.
industry was. It hasn't changed very much. But this was a real thing that they pushed. Like, this is groundbreaking.
It's
Yo, is
awful.
that
Definitely
real?
was not written by an insecure woman about their weight.
So I can finally see myself in a superhero comics. It's like no one else wanted to.
They gave
remember
her
it was
like
like
extra
Gail Simone
back
did
fat.
write that?
Damn. Oh my gosh, dude. They did her no favor. They didn't even try to make her look like slightly attractive. That's
No.
wild, bro.
Why
No.
does her crotch look like that? Ew.
Like some of the panels are there's terrible, bro. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this was a real thing that they thought would sell.
No.
Yeah, I remember that cover.
No.
This is not a joke.
I can
She looks like
She can almost block out the sun.
Shallow Hal.
God.
Oh my god.
Disparate, you're right. Like she can almost pluck out the sun. It's like, this is what someone would make if they were memeing on it, but unironically.
She is blocking
Oh,
Okay,
my God.
That's a huge bitch.
This was not done as a joke. This was a serious comic book.
It was a serious comic.
Gosh.
You would see the birds are flying in terror. They're like,
Yeah.
yo, what is
It's gonna
happening?
eat us.
It's trying to eat us.
What
The
is her
cloud
power?
moving.
She's
Being
fat.
fat.
Yeah, being fat as
She
fuck.
controls gravity.
I think she looks happy. They're giving like an all-star Superman vibe with these comic covers.
Yeah. Faith.
believe that's
The
not parody.
Bloody Damn Reaper for $99.99. Hey, ladies and gents. One thing Hollywood can't seem to get through their thick skulls is that women prefer superhero movies aimed at men. That's why Supergirl failed while Wonder Woman had almost made $1 billion. I read this one.
Oh,
Dang it.
sorry. I
Go
was
fuck yourself, San
distracted
Diego.
by
Bang Bofel for 2 parts for 200 Swedish krona. Thank you. The Greeks made 2 types of plays, comedies and tragedies. The first dealt with contemporary things like politicians. The other timeless things like heroism and sacrifice. Of the 2, only the latter is still talked about today. Nolan is taking something truly timeless and making it contemporary by adding the message to it. Yep. And he doesn't need to. That's the thing. Splice Stream for 50. Supergirl is the culmination of these
antagonists.
Got to be careful saying that. Embarrassment over having to make superhero movies. Supergirl is just as ashamed of being a hero / wearing a cape as they are being forced to make it because they know their own ideas get no traction. That's been going on for years, and they still believe it's going to work. Rex 6 Papa on the Streamlabs side, not a Papa inside. But thank you for the $100. Thank you. About those Microsoft layoffs, I heard 343i is going unscathed. Gary, 343 was run by Bonnie Ross. She makes Kathleen Kennedy look like a super fan. She did to Halo what was done to Star Wars by 20-fold, not just 10-fold, 20-fold. And for 16 years, her trash studio just won't die.
Well, the only thing I'm going to say with Bonnie Ross is she left 343 after 15 years, but she was a founder and a leader of 343 Industries. So she was behind some of the good games. But, you know, I think that she is still somebody who obviously did a lot of damage. Microsoft has changed Halo quite a lot over the years. And, you know, Halo Infinite definitely wasn't the direction people were hoping. If, you know, Campaign Evolved is going to do any better, who knows? It's only a couple of weeks away, but Halo is apparently being reevaluated. They're not quite sure what they want to do with Halo going forward.
Goodness gracious. That's wild.
They never leer. Retro Meister for 50. Hail FNT and crew. Everything about Nolan's DEISC is also about rewriting history or existing stories and legacies, like with Animal Farm, to fit political agendas via BlackRock. Doomsday is a bad omen to culture. Happy Independence Day and 250th to y'all. Right back at you. Thank you. Yes, it might unfortunately be called Doomsday. Might be Marvel's Doomsday. And I think a lot of people will be using that for the title, if it's as bad as it sounds. Tora for 50. It says, hi, Vera.
Hi.
And then Ian So Forth for 50 British pounds says, oi, Vera.
Hi.
Simps. Ian So Forth for 50 British.
Be nice.
I am being nice. I'm being honest with them. That's being nice.
That's true.
For 50 British pounds says, America left the Commonwealth to create Mark Ruffalo. You know, that's
Oh my God.
Stop simping, start pimping. Yeah, boy. Listen, James Corden, we're never going to forgive you for that. That's an act of war, by the way. That fat fuck.
Yep.
And I think he's coming back for something too, which just makes
really
sure hope.
Oh, that's
yeah.
scary.
Like he came back over here, got a load of money off the government to build a studio, and started complaining about how we make way less money. So I don't think he left America voluntarily at all. He was definitely kicked out.
It's crazy because I actually liked him in Doctor Who. That's the first time I ever saw him in Doctor
he was
Who.
good
And
in
I'm
Doctor Who.
I liked him in Doctor Who.
It's what he did in sitcoms. He kind of played this fat, happy guy that just you couldn't really get offended by. But when he wanted to be a comedian,
he could play pathetic and weak really well.
Yeah,
I had to remind myself that this was not the James Corden that I hated when I saw him show up in Doctor Who. I was like, this is the pre-one.
Yeah.
Like,
I just watched those episodes. And I'm like, yeah, he's good in this, but man, he's such a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's awful.
All right, so we're gonna
apparently he's a complete arsehole as well. If you ever meet him in real life, there's lots of stories about him in restaurants and things.
You know, one of his best appearances is in the Musketeers film where he plays this character everyone hates and he literally gets crapped on by birds throughout the whole thing.
Super Frandaman for €5.99 says, cue the new Elliot Page meme when someone says they think Jurassic Park 3 is better, is a better movie than Lost World, right? QBG, shout out Vera and Miki.
Hey,
I don't understand what that call out was.
Did you say Jurassic Park 3 is better than Lost World?
Oh, it is.
Okay, there you go. I think a lot of people have said that, right?
Jurassic Park 2 sucks. It's boring. The end is horrible. What's wrong with you?
44 Magnum Norse for 5 says, Vera just said feminist box, which has so many levels, so many jokes.
It does.
So many jokes.
Yep.
Get a few more here. I'm just searching around, trying to save time, talking to myself. Raymond Ham for 20 says, happy treason day, ungrateful colonists, snarky British patriot. Last I checked, the U.S. is 2-0 against Britain, but I could be wrong. Sounds like you've had a few pints, mate.
What are you talking
about?
Are you talking about soccer?
He's talking about soccer. I mean, the game we could give a fuck about. We pretend to every World Cup.
What we do when we start doing well.
Yeah, if we
then
win.
I
No.
care.
How are we doing, by the way?
What are we at? Round 16 or what's that what it is?
Round 16. How many rounds have there been?
The game on right now, Argentina versus Cabo Verde, 1-1. They just scored.
I don't care about the game right now. Fuck
Oh,
them.
sorry.
They're not the U.S.
Yeah. is the U.S. in? If not,
Yeah.
It's
He needs to know
still
whether
in.
he's
still
doing
in,
well,
yeah,
so he can
we're
know whether he
still
needs
in
to care.
How many rounds are there in a World Cup?
That's a really good question.
Oh.
So this is the. All right. So after this, the quarterfinals. So there's round 16, then the quarterfinals, then the semifinals, and then
And the finals.
Yeah. But we're doing well. We're doing well.
Well, they have to whittle out the world, so it takes a while.
That's true.
Takes a little bit of time.
This isn't just America fighting itself.
We
got
should
rid of
just
Bosnia.
bomb everybody. That's what we should do.
There you go.
We're dropping bombs.
Can you
yeah.
imagine?
Same day.
You're losing at the end, and you just bomb the goalkeeper.
I literally had made a joke before knowing how well they were doing of that I would never watch soccer unless we started doing well, and now I have to watch it because
I ain't
America
watching.
number
I don't
one.
care if we're the
Yep.
best.
I just wanted to take over and start calling it soccer so we can upset everyone. That's the only reason I can.
Matthew Marsden was like, just so everybody knows, they're called boots, not cleats.
Okay,
I've
and
never
it's
even
called
heard
a
the word
match.
cleats.
How about
talking
you
about-
win first? How about you win the World Cup? You can tell us what they're called. All right.
Yeah, it's called a match,
Easy.
not a game. Blah blah blah.
Blah, blah, blah. It's
Matthew
called
Marsden.
soccer.
Remember, you're in not just America. You're in Texas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. You should know what boots are here in
Well,
Texas.
the funny thing is he
calls
motherfucker.
it soccer, which is funny.
It's wild.
Guy Ledouche reporting for $10 says, I watched Obsession yesterday, and all I kept thinking the whole time is I would never see it again. But by the end, I immediately wanted to rewatch it. Great movie, but fucked and lingers in your head.
That ending
Yep,
is
that's
amazing.
true.
That's, what
It
sells it.
is.
It's
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
but that ending is perfect.
I'm waiting to see
It's a
it
movie you
in
got to
theater.
sleep off after seeing it.
I was so happy.
So many
Hey,
things you could
FNT.
miss.
Hey, FNT, what are your thoughts on the new season of My Adventures with Superman? I think it's better than the first season, but it's got that's not a big hurdle. Because of the first season, I'm not watching it. I watched 2 episodes of the first season and dipped out because I thought it was fucking terrible. Now we can talk about X-Men 97 a little bit. I watched a little bit of that. Has anybody watched any of that? Anyone?
I've not watched season 2 of it yet.
It's not, I'm 2 episodes in, not great.
Really?
I mean, it's not fucking awful, but it's not great. You can tell the change. You can feel the change. Pacing is weird.
Almost like they fired a guy that actually cared.
That first episode of the first season was off the wall good.
Yeah,
so it's not if it's not captured like that. Like
I like
Storm, give him the forecast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like moments. I am way more looking forward to reading John Byrne's Elsewhen. I had my copy sent to Texas, and now it's fucking sold out. So I have to have my copy from Texas sent here, and I can't fucking wait to read that. I heard it's so good, and I've seen pages of it because it's if you don't know, John Byrne basically helped make the X-Men what they are today. They were the most popular franchise in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. They've fallen off. There's reasons for that, mostly Marvel, but mostly because they really leaned into the hated and feared and like kind of stayed away from having the X-Men like go into space and fight and just do superhero shit. But John Byrne, Chris Claremont were instrumental, and Dave Cockrum to a certain extent, but John Byrne was instrumental in making them as popular as they are today. And he did basically a fan thing, basically fan art and a fanfic that he released for free. And Marvel decided to publish it, and it looks fucking great. So it's John Byrne from when he was, still in his. The guy's still fucking great, by the way, and he's a legend. He's one of the greatest comic artists ever, and a true comic book artist. Into the like, they try to not the hyper realism, but just the art of the comic book, and somebody who could actually finish his work on time. And a complete genius and a fucking based, like one of the first guys to get canceled because on his own forum he said of Jessica Alba she looked like a Mexican whore or something like that in Fantastic Four, and he got destroyed for that. Personally, she's a good looking Mexican whore. Okay, she's hot as hell and she's fine, but he got in a lot of trouble for that. I got to talk to him a few times too. So he's a really cool dude. But Elsewhen, yes, this shit right here.
This artwork looks amazing.
It does fucking great. And so far I've heard nothing but good things. And what I saw, this looks amazing. So something for Marvel I actually bought. Can't believe it, but it's John Byrne. And by the way, it's selling great. Like it's sold out. Like the thing is selling fantastic. So can't wait. By the way, on eBay, they're already going for $80 to $100. That
Holy shit.
Damn.
Eudite for 20 says, can't wait for Gary's new ad read for Rumble Prison Wallet. That's good. Ow. How much control do you have over your money? Who's elbow deep in your finances? Now you can shove all the currency into one place. Works with MoonPay. Well done.
It was actually pretty
well
good.
done. Big PBD for $10 says, Hail Fellowship and FNT, you all rock. Great show. Keep on trucking. Happy birthday, America. 250, and God bless America. Yes. This was a fun show. Fuck Jeremy and Ryan.
Yeah.
Az is dead. Fuck him.
Well, respectfully, we'd still be talking about the Odyssey if they were here.
True. This is true.
Yeah.
And inflation.
Farrah's a better Ryan.
That's me.
I was listening to Fuck My Life is a great live stream, and it's the most, I won't say miserable, but just the darkest souls in the world doing a live stream together.
Yep.
There's something about it that's great, but you had a moment where I was like, I like this one. So Ryan is bitching about like how much streaming he had to do and and what little sleep he had, and you just said, "Shut up, bitch."
It's true. Like, you're really gonna sit here and fucking complain about having to sit on a live stream? Oh my god, that is so tough. He's like, I can't stream past 11. Why the fuck not? Get a energy drink and shut the hell up. Like, I can't play games. I don't have time. What do you mean you don't have time? You fucking sit at home 24/7. What do you mean you don't have time?
Wow.
Your live streams are 2 hours max, and you do one video a day. What do you mean you don't have time?
God damn, scorched
My
earth.
God.
Hell yeah.
Carpet bomb.
Hell yeah.
Dang.
And the best part is he shut the fuck up. He did. He did. Aurora Uplinks for 10 says, Nerdrotic, dear Gary, I sent you an email a few days ago. Hope you would consider watching it in a spare few minutes of your show today. I could pay you. No, you don't have to pay me. If I'd have saw this earlier, please make a note. X-Ray Girl, we'll watch it next time. You don't have to pay. USD to watch it. I think you would like it. Also, shit. I was meant to do this earlier. We have to shout out a channel. Our boy Tom Connors used to co-host on this show. Might have had a rant you recently remembered that I put on Twitter that in no way, and I mean, was I making fun of him at all? I love the passion of the nerd, and he saw He-Man and he fucking went off, and I thought it was great. These are the moments I love. And at the comic shop, people would yell like that about a movie, like just in front of 5 people, like live. So that's the kind of stuff I truly love. And so he got demonetized a while back on. Do you need the link, X-Ray Girl? I can give you the link. Hang on.
I don't have the link for his new channel. I think
It's Mead 2. It's Mead 2. So hang on. I'll get it for you real quick.
He doesn't have it on his.
I know. I checked
X,
his
what the heck?
Twitter and then I got distracted.
Tom, put it on your X,
Tom,
dude.
what the heck are you
Pin
doing?
it at the
What the fuck you
top,
doing? Help a brother out.
please and thank you.
All right, I think this might be it.
No, I got it for sure.
Is this it?
I will put
Midnight's
it in
Edge
private
After
chat.
Dark 2.
Yes, that's it. So help a brother out. He got demonetized a while back and he ain't getting his channel back. So if you want to give our boy Tom a sub, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No.
And we'll shout him out again next week.
Shout out Tom.
Okay.
Yeah. But I hope it works out. It's fucked up because he got caught up in a bunch of YouTube shit and a bunch of people have gotten their stuff fixed and he hasn't. So
And it sounded like an automated bullcrap.
It was.
Yeah. Probably was.
It was. Yeah, that's in a lot of ways, YouTube is much better than it was back when Mama Susan was around. I know some people might not believe that, particularly with their AI wave of taking channels down, which is fucked up. But as far as like demonetization and shit we can talk about, like it's night and day. It's night and day. I can talk about like faked elections and mail-in ballots and freely talk about COVID. The only thing you really can't talk about in detail is trans people. You can't criticize them. They still get pretty pissed about that. But we do it anyway, right? And one thing I want to make abundantly clear again is as an individual, I don't care what you do. And if I meet you in real, we've met people at meetups and stuff, and it's cool. Like no problems whatsoever. It's coercion. It's coercing us into changing our language and teaching things to our kids that are completely inappropriate. Trans, straight, bisexual, gay, that none of that shit should be taught to kindergartners ever. And you know what? To some of their credit, there are some trans people who fucking called that out, and we need that. That's the most important part. Is you got to call your own out on that one. And to the ones who did, thanks. You know, that's good. But in no way am I gonna call a dude a she. Like never. And I shouldn't have to. Shadow Lord 1562 for 20 says, "Hail Fellowship. I have a question for you guys. There is a writer named Christopher Monfett is doing a live action video game called Persona with production of 29 Laps and Story Kitchen. Do you guys think this would be good?" I know nothing of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what Story Kitchen is.
I guess the TLDR in my opinion is that I don't know what he's done, but I think a Persona series is probably not going to be that good.
They're talking about the live action one?
Yeah.
Isn't that the same guy that wrote Picard season 1 and 2?
I think so. Right.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
gonna be dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's no way that he's actually
Christopher
going to adapt that well.
I hadn't seen the confirmation that he was doing it. I just saw the
Akiva
confirmation that a
Goldsman
live
wrote
action was
Picard season
getting
1 and 2.
done. But
Did
yeah,
he?
if that is confirmed, that's going to be absolutely dog shit.
It's in Variety that he's doing it.
Okay.
He had some involvement or something.
So maybe
with
he
it
was
then.
a writer on it, but
Awful.
most of it was written by Akiva Goldsman, who's doing Strange New Worlds. Is that out yet? This brew?
No.
No, not yet.
No.
Oh, he was a producer on Picard season 1 and 2.
Okay, producer. Well, that's
Strange New Worlds
that's
is
not
so
good.
weird because it seems like they've been advertising that series since mid last year or something.
Yep.
That's why I got surprised when you said this is the one with puppets. And I remember that trailer from so many months ago. I just assumed it had been out by now. But
yeah. No, it's not out, and they're
July
ripping off-
23rd.
Yeah, it's this month.
Oh my god, dude, this
It's soon.
That
it's
really
gonna be
got out
a
of hand.
busy fucking month.
Oh yeah.
Eat your Wheaties, Garrett. I think I'm going to save Strange New Worlds till the final season, right? So I'm not going to review it, and then maybe a Picard review. But I promised that before and gotten in a lot of trouble. There is another 10th anniversary. We got such a great response. So Ghostbusters 2016. I've never seen it.
Wow.
So we're going to do a watch party tomorrow
gonna be fun.
morning on the channel, and then I'm going to do a 10-year anniversary review of. Maybe I love it. Maybe I think it's the greatest movie ever made. But I've never
I can't
seen
believe
it.
you haven't seen it.
this is your heel turn.
It was
Power of
early
pain
days.
compels you, Gary.
I still had a day job when I was doing YouTube back then, and I wasn't making videos. I was just live streaming, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking see this.
Leslie Jones is underrated.
Awful.
You were blessed to have
Entirely
gone this
underrated.
long without seeing it.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
How about another 10 years?
Yeah,
I
I'd
wouldn't
add
fake-
another
yeah.
10.
Kick the can down the road.
Yeah, I wouldn't test.
No,
fate.
you
No,
guys
it's-
to watch it. Watch it.
That's how I feel about sequel Star Wars.
Yeah.
Whew.
But yeah, I'm gonna do more 10-year anniversary, like good and bad. I think it'll be fun. What else? I gotta find out what other
a great
anniversaries for
idea.
this year. Yeah, good and bad. But the Force Awakens one, remember, Garrett, it was only gonna be 10 minutes.
Yeah. And it was not.
It
It was good though. It was cathartic.
It came out a day after the anniversary, but who's counting? Hi, Gary. In honor of America 250, this is Normal Man for 20 Canadian pesos. Can you share some of your recollections of signing the Declaration of Independence? What was Benjamin Franklin like? Well, I mean, aside from burying all the dead children under the foundation of his house, I mean, like, he was just a quiet man. Nobody suspected that at all.
Wow.
Where else are you gonna put him?
I mean, yeah, like, he didn't think he was going to get caught, you know? It was great. It was great. Josh Kelsey drops 20 and walks away because that's what he does. Hail Josh. And do we have any Ryan Kinnels?
No Ryan
Okay.
Kinnels,
Oh,
unfortunately.
all right.
Sorry.
He's too busy.
Don't forget to send out a cup of milk and cookies for Steve Rogers, Captain America. Happy 250th. Hail, says Alex, for $9.99, and that's where we will end it. I have to do a super duper square up on Monday because I couldn't do it Thursday. But yeah, so square up will be Monday at 11 a.m. Central on Rumble and Nerdrotic Live. Blame mixtape. And a blood oath that I
What
should
a
not have
god-awful
made.
game.
What a
Well,
horrible
game.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Would you feel better having
It
played
pisses
that?
me off.
The parts that I
Games could be bad.
had to actually play, like I had to skate and stuff, I was fucking terrible. Like it was It was really bad. The chat was getting
I
frustrated.
kept driving the girls in front of the cars, hoping that it would permadeath them.
It doesn't.
No,
but
it
I,
doesn't.
hey,
Oh.
I ollied a car. I jumped over a car, and apparently that was impressive. It was a complete
Wow.
accident.
You're kind of a badass.
Well, actually,
Was that the car where Az got stuck underneath it because he wasn't pressing any buttons?
yes,
and yeah, he kept going.
Yes, it was.
Oh my god.
Or very similar to it. Good Lord, what a fucking bad game. So I asked Mahler, because I don't know, is this the worst game ever made or one of the worst?
It's not even really a game because
It's not a
hard
game,
to-
so how can you classify it as one?
It's so pretentious, though. I
It
think
is.
that's the
It's
part that just
artsy
makes me wanna-
fartsy BS, and
Yeah.
that's
Like,
because the
Relooted is a
person that
real
wrote
game, and
it
it's bad.
failed in Hollywood, and so they're like, yes, video games make $200 billion a year. Let me just join this industry to win some awards.
No,
When
I
I
have
called
to
that
say,
out, some like game developer was like, "That's not how game development works." I'm like, "Look at
Shut
Mixtape.
up.
Well,
It
Yeah.
definitely is." Yeah.
I think the Lesbian Knight's Tale is probably the worst game I played it.
Yeah.
Well, I played
Yeah,
Relooted.
1348
Relooted
X
was
Voto
so
was
fucking-
really bad.
Relooted made me want to never play video games.
Relooted was also bad. I've played all this dog shit.
What
I
about
hate my
Dust
life.
Bowl?
No wonder I have a show called Fuck My Life.
Of course.
Vera plays
got-
everything.
I got to wear a dashiki and play Relooted on
That's awesome.
Black History
Yeah.
Month. So that was cool.
So Mixtape is called Disparu. For the love of God, I need your review of the Copenhagen test
I have
for 50.
no idea what you're even.
What's a
referring to.
Copenhagen?
Copenhagen Test is a movie that came out last year with Mr.
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Well, maybe
I haven't even heard of it. It's,
Hey,
yeah, it's a
you can do
season.
Watch it
one.
now.
You can do a one. Oh, it's a show that got canceled.
Yes,
Mhm.
it was Peacock and it got canceled.
Oh,
That's
just
why
like
he's on
the guy
TikTok
who
being so upset.
the guy who turned on Drinker. His show is set to be canceled on Peacock after one season too.
Hmm.
The guy. Oh, I forgot his Dungeon Crawler.
Dungeon Crawler, yeah.
Carl,
Yeah.
well,
Oh yeah. It's already
guy-
getting canceled. Hasn't even come
No,
out yet.
it will be. It's on Peacock. It's going to be canceled within one season.
Oh.
It's Matt Dinneman.
Although they did renew, what was it, The Burbs? That's getting a season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, it is.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I think it actually. I want to say it charted.
I think it did on Nielsen.
Sharded.
Yeah.
In all the wrong way.
Yeah,
Dude,
we
you know
saw
what
that
was-
today.
You know what was
Or not.
really high in the charts, surprisingly and happy? Spider Noir.
It was so good.
It was on the it was like in the top 3 on original.
Good.
Or not original
Wow.
for overall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it really seemed like they dumped that all in one go because they thought everyone had crap on it.
Yeah, they
So-
shouldn't have done that.
That's why it charted,
It would have been
though.
so much
They
larger
had no faith in it.
and
They're
so much
trying to make us
bigger if
watch
they had released it
Caped Crusader
weekly.
week to week, aren't they?
If you drop it all at once, it gets more minutes watched and then it charts on
It's
Nielsen.
true.
That's why Netflix games the system. you
Yeah,
know.
it's pros and cons, I guess.
But House of the Dragon had huge. I mean, still down a little bit, but still huge
Yeah, it's
viewership.
still
Stuff that
a
Disney
lot.
Plus would fucking kill for.
Are they dropping Cape Crusader all at once?
I don't know.
Damn it.
I don't think they did last time.
I
Was
wish
it
they
season
did.
2
It's
for it?
awful.
Yeah.
Slamming your dick in a door. It's just
There's a second season of that.
Yeah, I know. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Well,
I thought it was done.
Unfortunately.
No,
They did.
Who else did they?
It was
do?
They
all
buy
at
it.
once
They buy
last
it in.
time.
They buy it in blocks,
they
and then
bought
they
it in
split it
bulk.
into 2 seasons.
and it's awful. It
As a
is
Batman fan.
fucking terrible.
It is awful. But Nightfall looks fucking awesome.
Yes, I'm so freaking
Just hoping he doesn't have
hyped.
sex with Batgirl or something weird.
on the
All
rooftop.
episodes, all 10 episodes will drop July 31st this month for Cape Crusader 2.
Oh,
Good,
good.
so I
It'll
can
be
watch
over
them all in
with
one time.
quickly. And we can see
Yeah.
Trans Penguin again, and they
Yay!
they
woo.
gender swapped Mad Hatter. It's Hattie now.
what?
John-
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god,
Trans
that's fucking
penguin with her
retarded.
giant black bodyguard. You're like, yo, like, what are we doing, dude?
Harley Quinn is a fat Asian communist.
Yep. Who hides rich billionaires in her basement and makes them pay her money to humiliate them.
Dubious 2020 for 50 says Disbrew. I know you love Simu. LOL.
Well, yes, but to review, it's got to be really bad. So I'd have to see, because Peacock does make some trash. I'd have to watch it first to see whether it's as funny as it can be. I've still got other stuff to review. Like, dude, I still have to do Bride Hard.
Oh yeah. Peacock gave Seth MacFarlane a bunch of fucking money, and all he's done is made one show and produced Dungeon Carl, whatever the fuck it is. Dungeon Craig Carl, what I don't know what the fuck, and I don't care. Fuck that guy.
Carl, yeah.
Hang on, Seth Rogen was producing that.
No, Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
Instead of making the Orville season, 4, I would much rather see
Which
that.
they're still working on. So
Are they really still working on it?
it's been so long.
But it's a case of what you expect. Like
10
giving
years.
people money first isn't a good way to motivate them to finish
really
the work.
Isn't. It really isn't. You give them a stipulation and you incentivize it, but they really took advantage of that. And it was the guy who made American Horror Story that really started that. And then every streamer started doing it before the bubble burst. And J.J. Abrams, Cape Crusader is one of the 2 things he fucking made for his $250 million deal with Warner Brothers, and they had to sell it off to Amazon Prime.
Yikes.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up there, but great show, everybody. Let's go around the horn, see what everybody's doing. We'll start with X-Ray Girl.
X-Ray Girl everywhere. I'm doing Stargate watches on Monday and Thursday. Monday at 4 p.m. Oh my god! And Thursday is at 1 on my channel and on Locals. Oh my god, I had a brain fart there.
It wasn't me this time.
There will be next time, Gary.
There will be a next time. That's true. And also, the Friday Night Tights 6th annual Vegas meetup link is in the description if you do want to register. It's 16 and up, and any minors there will need an adult to accompany them. And please use your legal name if you do sign up. There's still a couple tickets left, but I think we're like definitely
we're close.
75% sold out. So, and it's free. Absolutely free.
Absolutely free. And
then
sorry we have to go through all these steps, but through trial and error and some weirdness in the past, we have to make sure we know everybody who's coming. And like, again, we're not going to prevent anybody, but your name has got to be on there. Right. Yeah. So, and then the last issue we had was the punk rock museum said we can make it. And once we announced it within 25 minutes, they pulled the plug, and we all know why.
Yeah. And Americon 250. So if you want to join Brandon Herrera and of course Gary and a bunch of other people
Unsub podcast. Unsub. So you got a donut operator and Eli. And I can't say his name yet. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Comics Division, Ryan Kinnell, Quarter Black Garrett.
Yep. So yeah, Sunday, August 30th, 6:30 p.m. Central, and the tickets, they're like $10, but they go to the Texas Veterans Coalition, a nonprofit. So
yes, this is a fundraiser for Brandon Herrera.
And then
and for them.
And
hail the Texas veterans, by the way.
Absolutely. And of course, we want to shout out Las Vegas Podcasters Studios because we'll be using them in Vegas. So if you are going to be there in Vegas and you podcast, I highly recommend you guys check them out. They are on Maryland.
We exclusively use them when we go over there. I've used them for other shows. We've had friends who have gone to their studios and they've gotten a lot, like they have really locked it down, and it is better, much better than the place we used to go to before that. And it's cheaper. So they're more reasonably priced.
And they have different sets. There's a conference room that holds 5 people, a lounge that holds 4, a solo studio with a teleprompter and green screen, and a gaming studio that can host up to 2 people. So
I can't wait to see their upgrades, man.
Yes, me too.
The ones I saw last time were fucking brilliant. So hail Matthew Kadish and the team. You've done a fucking great job, and I can't wait. And maybe we'll see him back on YouTube someday. Salty Nerd Podcast. They probably just got too busy with this fucking great business venture that's doing awesome.
It's been very successful. It's awesome.
Yeah,
right.
It's not a bad idea at all. Like, and they got in at the right time, and also they had the right approach. So well done. Thanks, X-Ray Girl. Disbrew.
Supergirl video coming up. There's still articles that are painting sort of what's happening, what happened. A lot of people trying to work out why it bombed and blame everything except what they would not like to admit. Yes. So it's interesting. Going to be interesting to see what the studios blame as their problem. After that, I'm not sure. Probably try and start the reviews of stuff
make an Odyssey video.
Yeah,
make an Odyssey video.
Yeah, I suppose I could do that. It's things like the trailers keep doing the same stuff. That's the issue with the Odyssey. There's not really new information.
No, it's essentially the same trailer with 2 unfortunate clips at the end. But there's a lot of conversation. That's where I'm at. I'm stuck between, do I do another Supergirl video or do I do an Odyssey video? I don't know. We'll see what the chat says.
There's going to be stories for another Supergirl video now because they're blaming Gunn.
Yeah, the Hollywood
really skate.
Really?
Just that caller on air. It's not going to
Yeah, during the show, the Hollywood Report is kind of set up like, and it keeps saying from inside sources, but it's really trying to attach Gunn to it and saying that Gillespie or whatever it's how you pronounced had to start like pitching his own changes to his own movie.
Yeah, I saw that THR said James Gunn basically took over during post after creative differences.
Release the Gillespie cut.
There were different cuts, different music choices, and they went with the studio's version, not his.
The gun's jammed.
Let's go. The gun shooting blanks.
And it specifically says that the villain was better in the non-studio cuts. The music and the villain were better. So what people are complaining about, they are attaching to the studio, not the director.
Interesting.
So
Well,
happy right now.
I think Garrett had a theory that originally the Access Media was going after this just purely because it's Warner Brothers and because of David Ellison, which I think there is definitely some truth to. Grace Randolph just fucking hates James Gunn and the feeling's mutual. Doesn't change that Grace had a very base take that she undercut by having a fucking horrible take about House of the Dragon 2 days later. But
That's
yeah,
Grace, you know,
that's Grace for you.
I think a lot of things are going to play into this, but don't forget the David Ellison factor. And if they're going to throw Gunn under the bus, I got to agree with John Campia. I think he crawls back to Marvel. I think he does.
At the end of this, they invoke his contract ending.
Ooh. Which is next year.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back. Let's Shad.
Same old for me. House of the Dragon, Gary, Ryan, Mola, Fringy. Love those reviews though. Seems fun. And everything else to say, you know where I am.
Cool. You didn't send me the link for that for Dark Sister. I keep asking for it.
I thought I did.
No, you didn't. Maybe I missed it. Send it again.
Okay.
I mean, I'm retarded too, so it's okay.
And also, Gary, I want to give you an update on UK stuff after the stream. So
All right, after the stream, I'll hang out. We'll chat. We'll chat. Comics.
Well, I guess I'm playing that James Bond game, Dark Light, First Light, Last Light, whatever it's called. Yeah, 9 p.m. Central, my channel. And I'll see you guys next week.
Young James Bond. Yay.
It wasn't good.
Glad I'm missing it. Garrett.
Nothing much. Just prepping for them videos we're talking about. I can't wait to do the 10-year anniversary. I like those. I like doing those. Those are fun to.
Oh, that'll be
into.
next. Yeah, I just have to decide now. Now it's I was gonna do Odyssey, but now I'm like kind of leaning towards Supergirl now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's low hanging fruit.
Dude, and it tastes the best. It tastes.
Yeah.
Wizard.
I posted a video on the Culture War a couple days ago. Check that out on the Real Life Fake Wizard channel, and I'm working on an Odyssey one now about how this is the last stand of Hollywood. So be posting that in a couple days.
Hollywood as we know it. Yes, it is. I mean, it's over for them. They just don't know it yet, and some of them do. Who did I miss from the regular?
Who got missed?
Well, I'm gonna get to the guests, but
That's it.
Okay. Epic Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming after this, trying to finish up Devil May Cry. I'm playing through that series on the first one right now. And then I did a Supergirl review, which did pretty well, and I'm gonna probably talk about a couple other movies. I saw that Sheep movie that everybody kept talking about. I loved it.
Yes.
I just want to rant about good, fun movies like that again because it had been a hot minute. And yeah, just keep your eye on my channel. I'll be doing stuff like that and Geeks and Gamers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll see more
Thanks for
of
having me.
Mike and Vera, especially when Jeremy misses a show, and we'll
He's kind of
rotate
obsessed
him
with the
in.
Trump guy a little bit. So
Yeah, when he's got a Trump body pillow stream going on, you know.
Actually, he said he wasn't allowed to wear a hat, and he wore a MAGA hat anyways. Like that's he got away.
He did. Oh, dude, we didn't. Oh, show a picture of Ryan's jacket. He looks like.
Let me go.
Stop making sense. Making sense. Looks like David Byrne.
Who was that? Was that Cobra D-Day? Cobra posted that.
D-Gay
Yeah, it's
Cobra.
definitely in the stories.
And Emma D'Arcy always dresses like a K-pop singer with her.
Gosh.
Like, look at how big that fucking jacket is. Looks as big as Jay's, and Ryan's like skinny guy. So
He looks like a Minecraft character.
Like a Kanye music video.
Roblox.
Maybe if he just unbuttoned the jacket. it
fucking
would've
Jeremy
looked-
was told to wear a
man.
suit. There's no tie. He's got a MAGA hat on. He's wearing fucking Crocs.
Sunglasses
Yeah.
too.
Sunglasses inside. Yeah.
Right.
Can't take him anywhere.
Jeremy will understand this joke. Who in the fuck wears sunglasses inside all the time?
Him.
Is that Tom? That's Tommy right next to him.
Tommy,
that's
yeah.
Tommy.
Tommy looks dapper as hell.
Yeah.
Jay,
Jay's
where's your
happy to be
fucking
there.
tie?
Jay's just happy to be there.
He's happy to
Matt
be
Morse
in
looks
here.
miserable to be in that photo.
Yeah,
He looks
I am
shit, I
miserable.
have to do it.
I am with retards. Jay is the Forrest Gump of Geeks and Gamers.
He's always so happy.
Yeah.
I know you're
Not a
listening,
care
Ryan.
in the world.
Oh, fuck, man. Wear a little svelter jacket. All right. And Vera, Dark, thank you for joining us today.
Of course, I always have a great time. You guys can find me on YouTube. Veridark Dark Titan Media is my main channel. I live stream video games Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern. I do the Vera and Wicked Virtue show 7 p.m. Eastern Wednesdays. Monday nights is Fuck My Life with Ryan Kinnell at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then I upload 2 to 3 videos a day. Lately, I've been talking a lot about Sony going digital in the future, all digital, and getting rid of physical. You know, the general state of disarray in video games in Hollywood. And then I have a second channel where I do video game reviews, and I'll be doing some collection videos soon. That's Veridark Reviews.
Oh, that's fun.
Sweet. And I didn't hear you bitching about any of that. Like, I've got to
know.
stream. No, you get to stream.
Yeah,
You get to stream. That's how we flip
Yep.
that around.
I have a great time with it. Otherwise,
Awesome.
I'd just be playing the video games on my own anyway. Well, not all of them. I wouldn't be playing Relooted and Mixtape.
Fair. Fair.
No,
Absolutely fair.
no, I need to play Witcher 3. Just get to those boobs. That's all I
So
want to
good.
do.
Almost there.
They are really good.
Captain Wrecked for 100 Canadian pesos. If legal, get this to Brandon from a Canadian vet who loves what he stands for. Happy 4th to you all. Lived in OKC on exchange to the USAF for many years. Loved it there. Happy 250 from someone who remembers the old alliance still. LOL. Replace Ryan with Spock. We'll place Ryan with Vera. That's fine. Thanks, brother.
Hell yeah.
I will get that. That will be passed on in U.S. money, since it'll be a little more to Brandon from me. Thank you. And DJ HD, is it HD1EX for $100? Vera is still mid. Whatever. X-Ray is showing boobs. Shame on her. The gun definitely misfired.
You're barely showing. What are you talking about?
I've went a lot of places.
It's
in
like
that one.
enhance.
I do think it's funny because sometimes when people will be like, "What's that shadow?" It's my mic.
That's how people are on the internet.
Vera's not mid.
Soup.
Ian so forth for 50 British pounds. Happy Independence Day, America, friends. You do not need to say thank you for John Oliver. That was a freebie.
Oh, great.
Just stop sending them over here. No, thank
Fucking Brits coming over here and critiquing our politics. Go fuck yourself when you have to ask a town council to take a shit in your own fucking house.
Yeah.
But John Oliver, though, when he was over here, was funny. And he goes over there, and I don't know what happened to him. He's like an entirely different person.
It's the food and the gay.
that
Yeah,
happens
it's
He got the memo, and he knew what was going to make him money. And fuck, he's been on that show forever. I don't even know if people watch it, but at least fucking Bill Maher, like, will have a good take once in a while. We'll take the opposing opinion more often than not lately. But and he,
Bill Maher would be a centrist.
Yeah.
Whoever thought that would happen, dude?
I don't
And
think
he'll
he
talk-
thought that would happen. He's like, what's happening to me?
and he'll talk to the opposing opinion too. Might not be great all the time, but
he's been pretty consistent about that, like having other voices on that are not his opinion.
Yeah,
for 25 years. So I guess it's not that surprising.
well, when
he's like the only one standing up on that side.
I hate to say this, but it's kind of a fact right now. Bill Maher is more based in some aspects than people on the right now.
Sometimes, yeah.
Some people, not all, but some. But they're all gay degenerates behind the scenes. So what do I know?
There's a lot.
A lot.
Everything's
a lot.
fake and gay, Gary.
Yes, it is. So thanks, everyone. Again, this is a fun show. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. Thanks to all the lurkers and everybody who participated. And we have next week,
Sargon of Akkad.
Sargon returns.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.
Happy 250.
Happy 250.
Here they come and the crowd cannot wait. Oh, hail Friday Night Tights. I apologize cause I'm probably late. Oh, hail Friday Night Tights. Radical lights and highly organized. It's Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights. If you're still not offended tonight, oh, hail Friday Night Tights. Rest assured that the chances are high. Oh, hail Friday Night Tights. Radical lights and highly organized. It's Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Time has come, they are finally here. Oh, hail Friday Night Tights. We're not affiliated, just so we're clear. Oh, hail Friday Night Tights. Radical lights, highly organized. It's Friday Night Tights. Sweet Mother Mary, turn on the audio gallery. It's Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights.
All right, that was good.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Dame, dame.